Also, okay, before it does begin, I'd like to get this out of the way because this was complaints that I had on the last VOD, okay? This is going to stay in the VOD, because this is important. If you are here to see the stage, or like the main theater show without me yapping, without my opinion, if you're not here to see my opinion, this isn't the video or stream for you. I'm gonna yap. I'm gonna give my opinion. I don't like just letting things play.
Hello, PAX people!
Because then I feel like one of the people that's just like swiping content.
That is fantastic. I hope you all are doing well. And
okay, goodbye.
I just always think, wow, there are so many people here. This is fantastic.
Piss of shit myself. There's no full auto shoddy.
And we love seeing
I want a burst fire shoddy.
Whether you're here in the hall or whether you're watching online, you're a part.
That's us. We're watching online. Let's go. Shout out.
We love seeing you all. I will tell you, this show has a particular special meaning for me, apart from the fact that I just love PAX in general. I have been out of the office for the past few months.
During the stream, Randy hits us with the brown note. Woo, kids! Don't clip that. Do not clip that. Do not clip that.
Like 48 hours ago.
Bro just wants another Garcia. Like, that's not burst fire, though. That's like semi-auto burst fire. That's different. I want full auto burst.
Whether to do it or not, and I'm being completely serious. Do y'all want to see a picture of my kid? Hey, Sean.
Don't do that.
Put up that picture of my kid.
Don't put a picture. This is a joke, right? This is a bit.
And if you think I'm kidding, that is absolutely her. She is a sweetheart, and she makes my world go round. And she's the best.
Conveniently not showing the kid on the stream. That's actually smart. Oh, no. Oh. Okay.
How about that?
Based.
We have got an incredible show for you all today. We've got some great people here from the rest.
I thought this dude was straight up just about to show a picture of his kid on a fucking PAX stage. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, brother.
Game that I love playing so much. But we also have a whole group of folks here from the Borderlands 4 team.
Here, let me dox my child.
State of Play with Sony, awesome. That was an amazing show. But we've got a great group of folks who are going to be doing
Risk of Mid too. Whoa there, brother.
We're going to be doing a Q&A. We've taken questions from the community online as well as people in the audience.
Randy just takes a shit on stage and that's yeah! Randy! Let's fucking go.
So why don't we get started? What do y'all think? All right.
Yippee!
Coming out now are Roger and Bruno from
I'd like to see Randy take a shit. Could you imagine that? He just like squats down, spreads his cheeks, and lays a log straight on the stage. In the shape of a 4.
Whoa, what a crowd. Lovely to see y'all.
Crazy.
Hi, I'm Bruno Fontanetti, lead designer for Risk of Rain 2.
And I'm Roger Court, technical director for Risk of Rain 2.
Oh man, I'm so excited to be here. Okay, since Hopu Games and Gearbox first
Just a big ass thunk when it lands. Yeah, he loaded up on fiber. It's like a 17-pound shit. That would be foul. I don't know, man. I think it'd be pretty cool.
Let's bring you up to speed. Risk of Rain is a fast-paced, third-person shooter roguelike where up to 4 friends are dropped onto a hostile alien planet.
The fuck is with this? This trailer looks goofy as hell.
Time is your enemy. The longer you play, the harder it
Hey,
gets.
thank you for the follow, Pumpkin Apple Pie. Welcome, brother.
Each with their own playstyle, and battle increasingly difficult enemies across.
Dude, I do. This trailer looks awful.
It's all about finding loot, stacking wild power.
We're gonna be getting Risk of Rain 3
versus reward. As you either
probably never.
Stick around and press your luck.
I feel like you're about. I mean, even if we did get Risk of Rain 3, I don't think it would be Hoopu, Hoppo, whatever the fuck. Which very likely would not be great. Yeah, if Risk 3 isn't made by Hoppo, I don't want it. It definitely would not be.
Think adrenaline, chaos.
Instead of a third shooter or 3D shooter, it's a 4th dimensional shooter. Have you seen the dude that's making 4D Minecraft?
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's kind of fucking awesome.
A little more.
I love Risk of Rain 2. I finally got back into it. Slaps.
Of Risk of Rain 2, we went into full release 1.0.
I didn't play it because everyone was saying it was like shit after Gearbox took over, and I know they fucked up a lot of stuff with the initial update.
to be honest.
But it seems like everything's
Multi's,
fixed now.
best
I had a
skill
great
came out
time
of
while I
that.
was playing it again.
And then after that, we had Gearbox and Hopu Games combined together to go
Jumping
straight
back into
the
BO3
DLC.
partly as a result of your videos. It's always been a fave mechanically, but thanks.
Survivors
Hey,
of the Void
glad I
was
could
a
get you back
huge
into it,
content
brother.
boost for the game. It added 2 playable survivors.
Oh, are they
Railgunner and
announcing
Void
another
Fleet,
DLC?
along with new stages, new enemies.
Did I
a
miss the
final
Gearbox
boss,
stuff? No, this is the
over
Gearbox
40
stuff.
new items,
They're just going over
including
Risk of
corrupted
Rain
Void
first.
variants that can totally flip the way your
BL4 is
build
next
plays.
up.
The DLC also introduced the
Waited a few months for
simulacrum,
me to fix the DLC. It's so good. I haven't gotten the
Wave-based,
DLC yet. I do want to grab it.
uh,
I just don't have the money for it
man, I always
currently.
forget this one.
Don't
see.
got the budget.
Endless, wave-based, something or other. It's a simulacrum. It's cool. For those that want a purer form of multiplayer chaos. Now, a year ago, we released our second expansion.
There's a shooter that
Seekers
has a
of the Storm.
360-degree
This time
field of view.
3 new survivors.
Sounds
along with,
ridiculous.
a branching.
See, what is
route
base
linked
is
the
I want
game
Chef.
known as
Chef
the
looks
Path of the
fucking
Colossus.
epic.
This is a multi-stage trek that scales a giant statue and includes new stages, new items, new enemies, and elite types. And
Or like
culminates
Risk of
in a new
Breaking, why and
final
how they
boss
broke that
challenge.
game is a question. Well, didn't they fix it?
So earlier
I played
this
it
week,
again
we
recently, and
released
I
phase 3
haven't
of the improvement
noticed any
updates.
problems
Phase
anymore.
1 being the items, where we overhauled all of them in conjunction with the community, ensuring that we increased the fun, improved the balance, and created new.
Chef is
synergies
actually good
between
now after they
old
finish
and
redoing
new
the DLC.
items.
Dude, he just
Then we
looked
moved
cute.
on in
I love his
March
stash.
To phase 2, which was the False Sun boss fight and its redesign, making sure that encounter
stash just
had a glow up,
fucks.
it was polished and compelling, all while keeping the challenge that Risk of Rain players love. And then finally, phase 3.
We're just
the
waiting for
Survivor
Randy to
update.
finish his fiber bar and get on
Seeker,
stage at
False
this
Sun,
point. Yeah,
and
he better
Chef.
come out like a full banana hammock, like the full
All their skills got a
Borat
massive
kind
update
of
and
shit.
glow up. And we also
Comes
added
out, hits us with the
multiple new
"my
abilities
wife," and
so
then
that
drops a
players have more
log
choice
straight on the
and
stage.
creativity in their runs.
Now, we're super proud of the work that went into those updates, as well as the reception we've received.
He
from
better
fans
come out
and our
naked.
community. If you haven't already,
What are we thinking
truly
for
believe
Randy?
that there's never been a better time
I feel
to
like
play
he's either like a 3-incher or a
Know what you're thinking.
13-incher.
That's a lot
I feel
of
like there's
content.
no between.
But
It's
believe
one
me,
or the
we're
other.
far from finished. Fans have been
Or a
asking us,
Thanos
what's
thong.
next for Risk of Rain 2? And today I'd like to share with you all a sneak peek.
30 minutes of card tricks minimum. Yeah, that's what every BO4 release has fucking been lacking, or like showcase has been lacking so far. Randy has not done a single magic trick. That's kind of fucked up. They're reining him in. Three-inch dick, 13-inch poo coming out. That's probably accurate. Randy does a magic trick and puts the porn USB in our pocket. You know what? Better yet, how about he takes a shit and then he magically shoves it back up his ass. He makes it disappear back where it came from and walks off stage silently. Doesn't even bow or anything. He drops it out, shoves it back in, stands up, walks away. Randy drops a full load live on stage, then pulls a BO4 Ultimate Edition out of the pile to give to a lucky audience member. So is that another DLC? Is that what that was? Is it just an update? I'm gonna be honest, I'm not super paying attention. I don't really care about this that much. Like, I like Risk of Rain too. I'm just like, I don't know, I'm not super hyped about news for it.
Wow. That
His
looks
hole is
so
a
good. I
two-way
cannot wait
wormhole.
to get my hands on
Another
it.
DLC, it
All right.
seems.
So now,
That's pretty epic.
First off, thank you, Roger Bruno. That was great. Now I want to bring onto the stage.
What
two my
type
best
of load,
friends
though?
from
That's the
Gearbox.
surprise.
Please put your hands together for Randy Pitchford, founder of Gearbox Entertainment, and Andrew Reiner, our global chief creative
Let's
officer.
go! Let's see it. Let's see it. Where's the log? Where is it? Bro, straight up looking like Weezer. Holy shit.
Randy, how's your PAX going?
Oh my God! You guys haven't? Who's played Risk? Has anybody played Risk of Rain 2?
No, no one's ever played Risk of Rain
The
2,
game, like,
actually.
for a humble, dude.
Did he
this
just
is
drop a
like
holy shit straight on the fuck?
25
Dude, he
bucks.
did it. He dropped a holy shit right on the pack
I'm
stage.
addicted to this
Is that
game.
allowed?
Simple little thing that there's like 10 million people that have jumped on. If you haven't tried it yet, you owe it to yourself.
Is he allowed to say that?
I freaking love it. And I'm here right now with you guys. We're here together.
What is Risk of Rain 2? I don't know. Sounds like some indie game. Some little game. Randy's so funny, man. I like how excited he is. He's ready to drop that shit. I can see it coming down the back of his pant leg.
I've been going to video game shows since 1995.
He has something on his back. He has something on his back. Fellas!
It's so much fun to just
It's looking sparkly. What's on the back, Randy?
All right.
Holy shit. Yeah.
Turn around!
We have most of the Vault Hunters here. This is great.
Yeah, holy shit. Look at
Bad
that.
guys
Oh my
over
God,
here.
you guys look amazing.
Let me see it.
I want some photos with you guys later. Is that cool? Awesome. Awesome.
I want some dude, I wish Randy would take photos of me later.
All right, cool. So
That's a
little
dream of
table setting
mine.
Here.
I like the
We
casting
recently
couch too, by the way.
released the PlayStation State of Play showcase. Deep dive, 20 minutes, giving you a
Randy
look
hanging
at
out
this.
on the fucking
Today
casting
we're gonna
couch,
go a
ready
little
to
deeper
goon it.
into the game and kind of show you some of the things you've been asking questions about. I actually have community questions that I got online that we'll be asking.
It's the
as we go
4.
about
It better
this.
be
But it's not
nice and
just gonna be Randy and me
sparkly.
talking today. We have developers from Gearbox here. The team's hard at work on the game right now, but they took some time
I would
to
assume
answer your
so.
questions and be here with you today. So please give a warm, loud welcome to April Johnson. Our
It ain't
Associate
Randy. I'm
Creative
sorry.
Director.
My claps are exclusive for Randall
Nick
Pitchford.
Thurston, lead game designer. And Grant Cow, associate
They'll get a little
creative
bit.
director.
That wasn't my hands though.
You guys ready?
Super ready.
Portal to the Randy dimension where everything is made at Randy's. Sounds like a
How,
great
like,
place
okay,
to be.
before, like, we moved the date up. Did you guys see that?
Still
When did
choosing how
that
license
ever
parts
happen?
work on legendaries,
Everybody was
please.
like,
Yeah,
oh,
that's
yeah,
and also a rework of
You guys-
enhancements.
we have
Good
we
lord.
have no idea. We discovered when you guys did. We've got this, you guys. This game
Hacky
is in great
sack,
shape.
more like
We're cooking.
clappy sack.
We are cooking.
They're cooking! Yes! Yes! Yeah!
Yeah, baby.
They are cooking!
Well, I'm going to ask you a question
Okay,
first,
okay,
Randy. So, yeah, stand.
There it is!
This is an intense
My
question.
goat!
You've been involved with every Gearbox release.
He was waiting for the moment.
Every Borderlands game, of course. Brothers in Arms.
Yeah.
You even worked on like Half-Life game, Duke Nukem. You've seen it all. You've done it all. How do you feel? Like
Are they
this
about to
moment
announce
in time
Half-Life
where we're
3,
at
the
Borderlands
Randy
4?
edition?
It's pretty good. We're on offense, you guys. Like, look, sometimes we're like white knuckling to the landing, you know. And look, we got a lot of work to do. We're working our asses off, but the momentum is insane. The velocity is insane.
What if the
I don't
4 was
think
just a
we've
soy
ever
jab?
been in a better
It was just
spot
Randy on his own
for
back
our
going,
launch as we are right now. with
Like,
Borderlands
fucking-
4. And I'm really stoked because I kind of need a game like this right now, you know?
Randy or
I kinda
LeBron,
need
who you
this,
gooning
so
do
I-
harder? Is that
I'm
even a
stoked
fucking
to play it. I
question?
just can't wait to get it
Randy.
done so we can
Hell
play
Walker
together.
on his
You guys wanna
back.
play together? Yeah.
Yes, I want to play together, Randy. Please play with me.
Go back to the end of Borderlands 3, kind of connect the dots for people. Just spend a few seconds before you get
Hello
to the
there,
new stuff,
Borderlands
setting the
Spider
story.
Guy. How's it going, Fridge Guy?
Lilith
Welcome, brother.
teleported Elpis away.
Okay, I
Why
don't need
did
a
she do that?
recap.
What was the purpose of this?
Yeah,
Why
so,
did she
you know,
do
like
that?
with the numbered sequels, we're on a continuum with a story, and at the end of Borderlands 3, everything
Make sure to
that
check
we knew
Randy's
was at
throne
stake.
for any brown marks. I
Pandora
want to
itself,
sniff
a
that
planet
seat.
that everybody lived
Bro,
on,
look at the
was
package.
all
Okay,
the
listen.
moon Elpis.
I will say nothing more on the matter. However, I think we have an answer to the previous discussion.
So she effectively
Dude.
sacrificed herself to save everyone,
Did he
and
stuff his
spin
fucking
up
pants?
the way.
Holy
But where did
shit,
it
bro. Holy
And
shit.
no, this other place on the other side of the galaxy.
Is it fucked up if I make that a Twitch emote? We meet watching now.
It's a community question that I saw online. Where are the rest of the rooms?
Borderlands 4 Meat Edition. The Randy Schmeat.
There's always this hope for them.
Holy fuck, dude. Do it. I want to make that a Twitch emote so bad. I'll at least make it an emote in the server. I think that's against Twitch TOS.
And, we know
Well,
the
I can do it through
timekeeper is our
7
big
TV,
bad in
actually.
Borderlands 4,
Boy, howdy.
and he
How's your
rules
day been?
Skyros
It's
with
been
an iron
good.
fist, or a golden fist. But We don't know much about him, his motivations. Can you walk
All
us
right,
through who the
timekeeper.
timekeeper is?
So the timekeeper wants everything under control. He doesn't want
Crazy.
anything to deviate from his vision of what Kairos
Who could have
needs
seen
to
that
be.
coming?
And to maintain that control, he does what, you're going to do.
They gonna
which
mention
is,
he's connected to the Guardians, maybe?
planet-wide propaganda.
Perchance?
Outlawing vault hunting. Doesn't want
Perchance
anything
he's
to do
like
with
connected
vault
to
hunters.
the
And,
the
if
seer.
you're going to do it, you might as well have a massive, unyielding army, which is our Order army. And then, you could get a cybernetic implant. put
God
it in
forbid a
everybody's
man has a
back,
hobby.
And, just control them into
What's the stream
submission.
about? Borderlands
So,
4.
he holds
Pretty much that.
Kairos
Staring at that
very
meat like a
tightly,
pack of
and
vultures.
he
I'm
is
drooling,
clever
man.
and he is calculating. But
Put
when
it on the
Elvis comes
banner.
in and is basically like knocking on the door of the Veil of Kairos.
Very rudely.
See a
Very
Volts dude
rudely,
Easter egg in the game.
we might see the timekeeper struggling to maintain that control. And, you get a couple of vault hunters involved.
The dude's had it locked down for like thousands of years.
Thousands.
And suddenly, some
Okay, so
punk-ass
dude's
vault
old.
hunters show up and wreck
He
your
has
day.
to be connected
He's
to the
not cool
seer.
with
There's
that.
no way.
So what's happening on the surface now?
There
that
has
Elvis
to
is
be
here?
some sort of connection with
So
that.
now that Elpis is here, the people of Kairos didn't really have anything other than abject control in their lives. And so when Elpis comes in, these people see the stars, like the reality of the stars for the first
I wish
time.
Randy did this
And
with
they
his
start
meat
to
on
go, what
stage.
if there's more?
Unfortunately,
And
the
of
7
course, there's
TV
always
emotes will
first.
not
So
work on
someone
the, they
took
won't
the
show
risk
up
of
on
ripping
the
bolt
on-screen
out
chat.
of their spine and out of their neck. And
Do
encouraged
you think
everyone
Randy
to
has a
seek
vault
that
symbol
same
tattooed on
freedom.
his balls? Yeah,
Now,
that's
the
the
risk of that
final
is
vault.
you
That'll be
might have a little bit
BL5.
of a
We get to
personality
we get to go to
or
the
you
ball
might just
vault.
vomit and die. High risk, high reward. as we say
Based.
in the biz.
I love vomiting
So
and
we're going to
dying.
see a lot of unique personalities and how ripping out these bolts has affected the community. And you're also going to see
Rub the
how
balls to unlock the
pressure
butthole.
of remaining
Stream is about watching
stable,
Randy's meat. What you
where
mean?
there's
True.
hope and where people are
This is the meat
trying to
stream.
find each other to
You know, the title
escape
really aged
and
well.
make Kairos better.
The title aged
Nothing as good as you can get
appropriately.
in Borderlands.
We're really
Let's
seeing
dive
how
into our
Randy
vault
or how
hunters. We have
deep
4
Randy
new
can
ones
go
in this
now.
game. And I'm going to ask this to both April and Nick here. So April, talk about who they are, and Nick, maybe give us some new tidbits on gameplay. Let's start with Vex the Siren. She's not
Do you
your
think the
typical
people on
siren.
Elpis are
She's
dead after
not.
Lilith butt slammed?
Vex
Probably
is,
not.
So Vex is a bit newer.
Just
to
because
her
I assume
siren
Lilith is
powers,
also
and
alive.
she didn't always have a lot of the best situations growing
I think
up.
though, I think
She
Elpis
knows
will
that
be
a lot of bad
fine.
things happen, even if you're a good person. And with this sort of awakening of her siren powers, she can finally do something.
Never gotten any
about it.
feedback to Elpis
And
Residence after
where that sort
BL2?
of manifests for her is a little spooky and a little cool. And if you're gonna, put some bad
Where's
guys in the
Athena
team, you might as
after
well do it with a bunch of Reapers and a
TPS?
big kitty cat.
Where did Athena settle down with Janie? Did they
Like you already
like
said,
stay
she's
on
definitely
Elpis?
the spookiest siren we've ever had.
Because I can't remember what
She's the
happened
first
with
siren
them.
That can physically
Totally.
manifest physical beings into existence, right? Like you saw her phase cat Trouble. She can.
Is
summon
that
Reapers
true?
and
I don't
Spectres,
even think
which is,
that. I mean,
her third active
I don't know.
skill
I
that
guess
we'll talk about in a little bit. And
I feel like Amara kind of does that with
she's
phase
also
cast.
the first siren who focuses a lot on kinetic damage. She can actually switch between all the elements, but there's a heavy hook there for those of you who enjoy like lifesteal or draining the souls of your enemies.
Oh, lifesteal!
In April.
They
from
said
the
the
first day I
bad
saw
word.
her cat in the game, it was
They
Nick
said
Trouble.
the
Yeah, there
bad
wasn't a
word.
placeholder name.
Unfortunate.
I wrote, I was like, that shouldn't change. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Where did that name come from?
I don't know, Nick. Where did that name come from?
So Graham, the creative director, kind of always told me that every good witch has a good cat by her side, a good cat familiar. And I
Does
have a
not
good
like
cat
the
familiar
life
at
leech.
home,
I
too.
don't
His
like
name is
lifesteal.
Trouble, and I just kind of
Lifesteal
put
is
it in the game. I'm like,
boring.
I'm gonna
It's a
name
really boring
my cat.
fucking way
So it just kind of
to sustain.
I'm pretty happy about it.
Hey, Nick, let me
The
ask
real
you this.
trouble.
Do you think we could get your other cat's name in a Borderlands game?
My other cat's named Nisha.
Okay, fair.
So already taken.
Fuck, I
All right,
bumped my
let's
mic.
dive into Rafa. His backstory is really wild.
Rafa's backstory is he's epic and cool.
So Rafa grew up in microgravity, and this had a permanent effect on his bones, his muscles, his organs. So he would struggle to live anywhere else, which sort of.
So is this
isolated
not
him.
like
He
this is
not
the one thing I
a
don't
lust for
really
life
like about.
or
I think this
out
is a
there
cool
doing
backstory, but
things.
also is this
So
not
Alon comes to
effectively
York
Wilhelm?
And gives him this exosuit, and
It's just without
Meteor's gonna
implants?
Meteor, he could die at any moment. The suit could kill him.
Based!
So ironically, the thing that gave him the ability to explore the universe and the world and like have this big life is also this thing that could kill him. But he just rolls with it. He lives
Rafa's T or
every
Wilhelm,
moment to the fullest,
exactly.
and he's
I think it is
playful and
cool.
energetic and charming.
I just wish they made it like a little bit different.
As like a vault hunter. And that's really
His
reflected in
inserts
his
instead of
dialogue.
implants.
I mean,
Yeah,
he's
do you
so
think it
charming
connects
and
into his
witty, and he has
ass?
things
That's
to
pretty
say about
fucking
that.
epic.
And I
He's
think
not
that,
evil
like,
is the
his
only
fluidity of
difference,
his
pretty much.
movement, you can really see that in
I do
his
think it's a cool
imagery,
backstory.
his
I think he's
acting
dope.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
Rafa
like you
might be
said,
who
his
I end up
charisma can
maining.
kill, he
It
has
depends on when we
weapons,
see
but
still trees.
unfortunately,
Today,
he doesn't
maybe,
do much.
please. Still
So
trees?
instead he has,
Still trees?
energy blades. He's got
Content?
laser guns,
Give me content?
He's got shoulder-mounted cannons that some of our,
Swaggy or.
fans at home already spotted in the previous trailer. And yeah, he's easily.
I always
our
thought
most
Zane
agile,
was a former
vault
T-Roll
hunter to
worker.
date.
They
We're
definitely
really
could have
excited
just
for
like
folks
made him
to-
one.
to, you know,
But
give
no,
him
I
some
think
energy
he
blades
was
and
always
get
just
slicing.
like hitman.
And Harlow is also an interesting
Wouldn't be
character.
surprised if he did work for
Science, technology,
okay, this is big.
but
Hold on.
has a connection
Tron.
to a well-known Borderlands family.
Trot! Let's
Some
fucking go!
wonderful fans noticed. Harlow is part of the Tron.
I did it better. I did it better. I did it better.
Imagine if you heard that 40 to 50 times a day, you would also pick up a book on theoretical physics. And so Harlow
Oh,
is
so Sparkle
joyful
Ball.
and brilliant, and she's got 5 PhDs. And she has this
Tront on
force of
top.
will and this
5
drive.
PhDs.
And
She's a
trying to
Tront.
use
She
all
better
that
have a
brains
pretty
and
hard
that
dick. Are
creativity
you
to
kidding me?
bend gravity to your will.
Yeah, I mean, scientists love to learn new things, especially when that means imploding or exploding your enemies. New ways to do that, right? We've already seen her, destruct in this giant apparatus that fires like a disco ball of destruction. It's pretty cool.
I do really like Harlow.
Harlow.
It's hilarious how I've done like such a huge 180 on her.
Pretty sweet.
All right. And Amon, he is apparently a part of a
This is what they've talked the
Vault Hunter
least about, I
worshiping
think.
clan, or Vault Monster worshiping clan. Tell us about him.
I will tell you that if you are going to worship vault monsters and decide to open a
She gets a
vault,
Tront hat
that's not
from BL3. I hope
to
so.
go well. And so, unfortunately for Amon, he
Yeah, and
lost
Randy has a pretty
his
huge
entire
dick
family.
instead. Yeah, I'm
He
glad
lost
that's
his
what we
spouse.
learned today.
He
That might be the
lost his
biggest
friends,
thing
his
that we
community,
learned today.
and
Which is kind of
he sort
huge.
harnesses this deep grief to decide,
In more ways
well,
than
you know
one.
What? A vault monster took something from me, so I'm gonna.
Why'd they show
kill
all of
every
Vex's action stores,
last
but not the rest of the Vault
one
Hunters?
them.
Probably that
And,
Vex is the only
he is a
finalized
big,
one.
big,
Keep in mind with
beefy,
BL3, they
sad
only showed
butt.
off Zane and Amara for a really long
I will
time.
say there's also this
And that
really
was
beautiful
very
warrior
likely just
poet
because
side
those
to
were the
him,
only two that
and
were like
he wanted to find
finalized.
community and
They
connection.
probably just haven't finalized
He's
anything else
so
enough yet.
single-mindedly focused
So I probably
on
won't get
literally
much about the other
figuratively
Vault Hunters for a bit.
forging his body into a weapon.
Oh, so that's
Yeah,
based
I mean,
as hell.
other than forging
Amon
his
sounds
body, He
dope.
also has what we call
It's a
forge
really
drones that
cool
live in his spine
backstory.
and the side of his arm. He is literally able to psychically control them and manifest them into all kinds of weapons. I mean, he's got a sword, he's got an axe, he's got a hammer, he's got a shield, he's got a spear, he's got a whip.
This is a long list.
He's got
He
everything that you might expect from a sci-fi
he sounds
Viking,
like
because that's pretty,
playable
it's,
Aista
it's pretty great.
in a way. Like he's not exactly Aista, but being
Randy,
like
let's
just
focus
from
on
a
the planet
fucking
Kairos a little
Vault
bit.
Monster worshipping
Players'
clan.
expressions they're traversing this
That's
world.
just
Oh
dope.
yeah. Well, look, it's
Whip I hear. Yeah, they showed
if
off the
you're
whip
like
in
a
the
kid living
last
on
thing.
Earth and you wanna,
It
like,
looks fun.
go someplace safe.
He's a kinky bitch.
Kairos sucks. Like you're fucking dead. Like it's.
He said the
everything will
fuck
kill you
word.
out there. If you're a Vault Hunter, it's awesome because nobody gives a shit if you kill dudes and take their loot. It's also unbelievable.
Aista, but actually invincible.
Incredible vistas and the highest of highs and the lowest of lows, and a range of different
He
atmospheres.
sword.
Now, some parts are pretty locked down. You know, the Timekeeper did get a hold of this place, and he's got his tamed center of the planet where he commands and controls everything. But out in the wilds,
Is this just gonna be lore stuff?
And also
Like,
in
it's
that
neat,
area,
but I
it's not
kinda want,
safe
like, more than
unless
just
you
this.
are, on the side
It's gonna
of
be
the
a
border.
short-ass
So,
stream if this is
for,
it.
For a Vault Hunter, it's
I don't
just
actually know how. Did they say how
everything's
long the show is?
and this is the biggest.
Imagine
by
most
far,
casually cruising through the planet with
universe
floating
that we
abandoned
built,
carrier.
and it's seamless.
Wait,
There's no load
seamless?
times. Just
No load
You
times?
see something in anywhere on the screen, a mile away, up in the sky.
Why is he
you will be
saying
able
it
to
like
get there.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand why he calls it seamless. That just sounds like he's not saying the open
We have
world
dynamic
word.
weather systems.
And I don't understand why, because from what we've
Yeah,
seen, it
and,
is an open
Kairos, there
world.
will
I
be
don't get it.
myriads of different storms, from rain to thunder to snow and dust. They won't have a direct impact on gameplay, like your damage is going to increase or decrease because you're in rain, but you will have vision obscurity. You will see some things harder and some things that are easier to see. So just
That's pretty
prepare,
cool. I do like the weather. I think the weather's dope.
kick some butt.
And Kairos is huge. You know,
Did
this is
say
a
some
fun
gameplay
place to
questions for the
explore.
community, thank
We're gonna have
God.
Story missions all over the place, but there's other things that you can do in the world. Grant, walk us through some of those as well.
As players go through Kairos,
Can they just like
they'll have
whip
a
up my
myriad of
video
things to kind
and
of,
talk about everything that's in
ranging
that? That would be
from
pretty
dynamic
dope.
World bosses to NPCs that need help. All of these are just like loot chases. So anytime you do any of these, you'll be rewarded with.
Do you think we can kill people with ball peen hammers? I hope so. Better yet, I hope we can kill them with Randy peen hammers. So we get no planets. We're definitely getting Elpis at
And Randy,
least, but no,
in
it seems
our
like we're
state of
staying on
play
Kairos.
showcase,
Okay.
Vaults were mentioned, plural. What does that mean?
Plural is plural.
We've had multiple
Yes, there
vaults
are
since BO3, yep.
vaults. Yes.
Okay. Yep.
you want me to give it all up right now? Yeah. One shoulder at a time, baby.
I'm a former journalist.
He's stripping! He's taking his cock out!
And as I just said, Kairos is huge. How are we getting around?
I don't think that's a
Well, you know,
huge
you
drop
do
at
what you
all.
used
I
to
don't know
do,
why they got
run
sewed.
and walk and, but there's a whole lot of new stuff.
I feel like it was assumed
You
that there
can
was
jump, of
multiple
course.
vaults.
And
It
you
would have
can
been
jump
disappointing if there
double jump,
wasn't.
And you could climb, and you could glide, and you could grapple. And one of the, we've had some big environments in the past, but we've always, when we've wanted to traverse longer distances, you've gone to a vehicle station and gotten in your truck or your car or whatever you're into. We kind of came up with this idea, like, what if I can just
Still,
use
Borderlands games
digital
aren't the easiest to see in
technology
already. Imagine the
to
fog and shit
bring
too.
my
Hey,
personal
listen, in the
vehicle
server we were
to
talking about how we
me
wanted
at
more
any
visual
time,
pollution, all
right?
right? There it is.
And it's awesome.
Dizzy
Like,
will
I
be
can just
happy.
Get on a bike and cook. And there's so many
He
cool
really likes
chassis
saying
and
cook. He
tons
thinks
of
he's so damn
customizations
cool,
that
and you
can
know
put
what? He
and
is.
loot.
You go, Randy. You
And
cook,
it's
baby.
freaking
You
fun.
cook, baby
Just
girl.
grab that. And if that's not cool enough for you, then you can grapple too and go. And that's fun. There's a lot of ways to get around.
And I've spent a lot of time reading.
True, I don't want to see
the
shit.
state of
Exactly,
play,
it's
and
funny.
One thing people are
The
honing
less I
in
can
on
see, the
is
more I
the
laugh.
compass, and there's also, this legacy of a mini map. Why do you think the compass is the way to go here for Borderlands 4?
And you're looking at
Wait,
me
so
like
we
you're
actually don't have a
I am,
mini
I'm-
map.
I'm giving you the hard one. Yeah.
All right. Well, look. Here's the deal. You
Wait,
guys
we
haven't played the
straight
game
up.
yet.
I thought that was just for
Obviously, when-
showcase
When we
purposes.
did Borderlands 1, we didn't have a mini map.
Do
and
we
added
actually
it
not have a
in
mini map?
Borderlands 2, and we noticed that there's some people online going like, "Wait, we haven't seen a mini map in what you've shown so far. What's going on there?" I'll tell you the deal, and I'll just be straight with you. We made a big frickin' world, and a lot of the things you do can be local space, but a lot of
I'm
the
about to
things you
vomit.
do or want to do are out there. And a local space map is not a good way to navigate when you're thinking about objectives and opportunities, several at the same time that might be miles away. And a compass really helps us do that. The
Like,
other
I
thing that
understand
the
what
team
they're
really wanted to
saying.
commit to, these guys are awesome, and they
But
wanna push the
also,
boundaries of design and
for
environment.
objectives, for tracking objectives,
Flat plane, they
that's
raised a lot of
awful.
verticality. You're going to have more verticality in
You're going to be
Borderlands 4 than
staring
you've
at the
ever seen.
objective marker through a wall and trying to figure out how the fuck you get
And
there.
When you have a layered environment, a top-down two-dimensional view is extremely confusing. But with a
But it
compass,
wasn't 2D!
arrows,
Wait!
if things are up or
But
down,
BO3! BO3, you had a 3D map! Just have a 3D map!
And we want you to play the game and not play the map.
I don't like
So
this
we
at
made
all.
it
I think this is fucking
put all of that
omega
investment
retarded.
into
Don't forget about the new
the
Echo
stuff.
4. Yeah, but I
And you
just...
still have the big map. It's one click away. And we put more cool stuff.
But
in
the
there
big
that we
map's
never
2D from what you're saying, so it's still
like
worse. It's a
AI-driven
downgrade.
and a navigation system that'll give you a GPS
Minimap paid
on the big
DLC.
map to show you the
We're
line
so
where you can
cooked.
go, and there's even an in-world,
Like, I understand what they're saying, and I get it.
robot that has some features there that'll
But this
help you
isn't an
navigate.
open world
There's a lot of tools to
exploration
help you
game.
navigate.
It's you
And
still have
look,
objectives
we're
that you're
open to
doing.
thinking about things in the future, but
They
play
better
the game
really
first,
update how
understand
objective
the
markers
choices
work.
we've made. And I
Like,
think
that
most
shit
people
needs to be
understand
way clearer than it
realize how
currently
big this
is.
world and how playing the game in
And
the world
by the
is
looks
better
of it,
than
it's
playing
not.
You just mentioned Echo 4, our new little companion, adorable little robot. April and Grant.
Let's
I'd
see
like
how
to
he
dive
helps.
deeper into this spot.
How close is Randy's
Go
shirt to
for it.
Weezer
so you
Blue?
can see what a charming little
It's like a
dude
6.
he is.
6.5.
He's a real chipper, helpful, very, very cute robot.
Can't wait to
And
follow
the animation
Alibaba
team at
Ghost
Gearbox
for
is
40 hours.
extraordinary.
Yeah, I don't like
The
him either.
work that they put into to make
I would
it
honestly just
look
rather have a
to
mini
have
map than this
really
fucker.
Sweet personality. And I'm gonna lean forward and I'm gonna look at you and you're gonna look at me. I know you don't want to die and fight for your life. I understand that. But I need you to do it just once to see absolutely how sad Echo 4 gets when you die. So if you could just do it
I'm gonna
once for
die
me.
so much. I want this
That's all I'm
motherfucker to be
asking. But
traumatized.
he not only just
Hawk 2A
does a
SMG,
little Robux
please.
here when you cry, he's also actually a very helpful tool in the game, I guess.
I just hope that this fucker's not annoying.
Controls a lot of your HUD, including giving you options to upgrade your SDUs. They also provide your rewards. So those that didn't want to...
I have the slightest feeling he's going to be kind of annoying, though. I just hope he doesn't talk. If he talks, I'm going to be really mad.
And you can
If he's
customize it
silent,
too,
it's
right?
chill.
You can have any of the customizations for Echo 4.
So
Yeah.
many, too many. Yeah.
We can't tell you all of that.
I just think
but
I just saw
there
him
might be some
talk.
hats involved.
And it's a
My guy
and
gonna
it's a
be
companion
yapping, ain't he?
navigation AI. So
Yeah, it looks like he
if you
turns
get
around and
lost,
talks there.
Your buddy will help you.
Okay, there is
Grant
markers
mentioned
with
that
him though.
door
If you
guns.
saw
What
that,
can
there
we
was like
expect
a
from our
directional
manufacturers this
marker.
time
That's
Are there
fine.
guns in this game?
All right, I still don't.
Wait a minute.
They're just a little bit.
2 hands this time. Yeah.
We have 5 returning
Parts
favorite
only.
manufacturers, the Jacobs, Maliwan, Vladoff, TDR, and Torg. Those are our 5 returning favorites. And then we have 3 brand new ones, the Ripper, Daedalus, and Order.
Yeah, and I mean, and we also have ones that are parts only.
It's
right? I mean, we got the
Jover.
Hyperion with the shields, COV, so you can make any gun into a heat gun, and then Atlas, so you can, shoot that sweet tracking dart and go blasting, right?
Yes, there's nothing more satisfying than a homing Torg.
It's not even reverse recoil.
Let's
Pretty
be
good.
honest. Hyperion
It's
guns are
actually just the shield.
Let's
Oh
go.
my god.
I want my shield
They
on
make
my,
good
I want my shield on my Maliwan elemental gun. That's what I want.
It's not reverse recoil.
This is a community question.
It's
There
the
are some rare
front-facing fucking shield.
So Kairos has been locked off for like thousands and thousands and thousands of like Earth years.
Bro.
So nothing really gets in and out with ease. So they're sort of at the
Oh,
mercy
man.
of what ship.
I am
actually
glad
what
Heat still
parts might
exists.
be
I'm gonna be
available.
honest. I think that's
So
fine. I'm
Borderlands
glad
is
that
a
Heat
big,
still
massive
exists.
universe.
I'm
I
okay
promise
with
you probably
COV.
haven't seen The Last of Doll, but I will
I don't
say
understand
this
how that
part,
makes
Doll
sense,
parts did fall.
considering
Echo
COV
4 is Doll.
doesn't-
So, hey, we gave you a little
Doesn't
sweet,
exist no
Doll
more, and this
Echo
is a
buddy,
how
so.
many planets away. But
Grant, how do the license parts work? This could also be a community question. I've seen a lot of people ask.
imagine
like,
keeping the most
what
interesting
agency
part of the
they have for
manufacturer.
that.
Good thing Randy's on
Yeah,
top
so
of
license
things.
parts are our way of describing behaviors from all the manufacturers that we love from Borderlands 3 and the ones that we've added in Borderlands 4. So because there are so many behaviors in the game now, we wanted to make sure that guns drop these behaviors in a kind of tiered fashion. There's no crafting in the game. Players can't modify or craft their guns to have specific license parts.
That
They're
sucks.
just drops in the world.
That
and
sucks.
The way they drop is on a tiered system.
I don't
So
know
you
why
can
people
comment
aren't
all
seeing
the
these as
different
anointments.
sets of
That's
behaviors
effectively
that,
not being able to
um,
reroll
Epics having
anointments.
the most behaviors,
But so much
players
worse because you can
having
roll
less
3
behavior,
anointments
but
per
having
gun.
their own unique behavior.
And can every gun have a TDR part that lets you throw it?
Every gun can have a TDR part that could be thrown.
This sucks. I really don't like. This is making me like the licensed parts even
And
less.
most guns have something called an underbarrel. This is not something new to the series, but we're leaning into it pretty heavily in this game.
Yeah,
Can you give us
regarding-
some examples?
Yeah, one of the favorite things from Borderlands 3 was adding underbarrels to a lot of our manufacturers. This time around, we're taking it up a notch.
There should be some
Vladoff
sort of
will then have
crafting system to
micro
replace
rockets,
licensed parts,
but
specifically
that
the
technology
licensed
has now been
parts.
licensed by other manufacturers too, so that you can have versions of micro rockets. such
Because
as
again,
the
especially with
micro rocket
enhancements and how
that's
enhancements
attached
work, there should be a
to the barrel of
way
their
that you
gun,
can get
and they can fire it and
the
then
licensed parts on the
shot.
guns that you
This
want.
can be coupled with other licensed part behaviors like a TDR thing, so when you throw a Jacobs gun with an underbarrel,
The gear grind is
going
gonna be bad, dude.
Micro rockets while flying in the air.
That's just awesome. Grant, let's go into enhancements. That's another
Thank
thing.
God.
Like, you're going to be kind of want
Please.
to round up, specific
Eh, eh,
manufacturers.
Enhancements.
Let's see.
They they come back in the form, they were called artifacts in BL3, and we're calling them enhancements in BL4.
These are not artifacts.
They're a way to modify the playstyle. So if you really favor
but-
a manufacturer like Jacobs, and
Okay,
you
but
want
is
to
it
have
only
that crit,
manufacturers?
behavior that kind of ricochets the bullet.
Is it actually
you can
only
have that
manufacturers,
on another
though?
gun that has a Jacobs license part with the Jacobs enhancement, so that
Okay, but-
now a Torg with a Jacobs license part can
Okay.
now ricochet their sticky gyrojets on other
Okay.
targets.
But
And our eagle-eyed community saw something that looks like set bonuses. There's airstrike there. What is that?
Yeah, so for the first time ever, we're adding firmware, which is our endgame system, and it's one of our endgame systems to help boost the power of the gear. And as you can see in this screenshot, there's 3 parts to it, and if you can get all 3 parts, you get a big damage or utility.
oh my god!
Might be.
Might be.
I'm gonna say it now. My video is
Previously, heavy
aging
weapons
so
took up the
well.
gear slot. But this has been changed in BL4. How much variety will players find in this new system?
Ordnance is our new revamped slot for grenades and heavy weapons. We no longer want players to kind of hold on to
Grenades and heavy weapons, yeah.
one encounter and just pull out their big rocket launcher. Now
That's
players
fucked.
Can use their heavy weapon, which is on a cooldown, and we can balance that accordingly so that big.
Okay,
so they wanna pull
but
out
what
a
about
big
builds?
Laser beam or rocket launcher.
Okay,
or
but what about
chain
rocket
gun,
launcher
they can
builds?
use it and mow down enemies and don't feel like they have to hoard that ammo.
All right,
have
but
to
what about if
find
you
that
want to
ammo
make a
to be able to
fully
use it.
rocket launcher
And in
build?
addition, we wanted to make sure that grenades kept their massive impact that they had in
Okay.
previous Borderlands games, but without being able to spam them constantly, so that we had to balance them down to be really low
Why?
damage or something like
But
that.
what
So now
about
you can
grenade builds?
throw nuclear bombs.
So can you also not do
Different
grenade builds?
behaviors, because again, they can have licensed parts too. So you can have like an artillery grenade that summons like a giant nuclear bomb. So
Okay,
also on
same as
cooldowns,
BL3.
also on cooldowns.
Yeah, so that's a big shift.
But on BL3, you could have rocket launchers
Yeah, this
and
is
grenades
another
at the same
question
time.
From the community, how will shields and grenades work?
So grenades I just explained, but shields we're also amping them up too. We're adding a new shield type called armor, and that's
That's what
more,
those drops were. We saw those
shield
earlier,
type
or
we
like
wanted to promote
previously.
that kind of offensive gameplay. So if you're running and gunning and jumping into combat, your armor shield has a chance of regenning.
If I need to heal by
combat, so
using
that can
nades,
be
no
more
fucking
offensive.
ordnance for you. No rocket launchers.
In this Borderlands game, Nick, brings more variety to the characters than ever before. Our Vault Hunters.
Yeah.
What can we expect from those builds?
I mean, it should be the most diverse builds we've ever seen. The skill trees are like 2 to 3 times, I think, anything we've ever done before.
Okay,
We
but
have,
you're locking
what's called,
choice.
like a trunk and then branches that let you specialize more than you've ever been able to do.
But you're locking
and, like,
choice.
it's not only my goal that I want to have a Vault Hunter be able to
You
have
get
unique
locked
build
into
for
a
every
tree.
I want them to be like unique per branch. I want you and your friend to have the same action skill and have meaningfully different builds. And there is more than enough in this game for you.
So we could all have.
Did they actually
all
just
four of
watch my
those,
video,
yeah,
by the way?
but they're all
This is kind of
performing
Completely
ridiculous.
different.
That's so cool. Randy, these Vault Hunters, I know you love them. What can players expect?
I mean, they're the best ones.
I just disagree with the skill thing. I think, yes, there's going to be
Look,
more
I'll tell
diversity
you
than
this-
ever,
this is
but
the
they
first
aren't
way I
talking about how it
talk
locks
about
you
our
out of
hunters.
choice. And that's the part that I don't
My-
like.
My biggest customer is my wife. She loves Borderlands, and
That's the
when
thing.
we
I
make
think
her
that's what a
happy,
lot of people
we get
misunderstood
the
about my
thing.
video as
And
well.
we don't
I got a lot of comments about it. I'm not saying that there's less
and,
diversity in BL4. I'm saying it's
there's
more
usually
limited diversity.
one
We're
Vault
getting a
Hunter
lot more
like this
options,
is
but with each
definitely
option, there's
a
some
Vault
new
Hunter,
limitation with
a
it, and
huge
that's
amount
what
of
I don't
personal
like.
English on that character. This one's going to be challenging because there are at least 3 that have some variations in builds that are exactly right up the alley of what I know my wife loves, and that's just like.
Okay, but unfortunately, Randy, I'm not your
For
wife.
my own choices, there's
I wish I
2
was.
that I'm probably just going to be flipping back and forth between. There's more. I think there's more for every player than there's ever been before because of the sophistication of the skill tree system that we've designed.
I know I wanted Randy to take a shit on stage, but this isn't what I meant. Wait, he did it! I said that earlier! I said he'd come out and go, my wife! He actually did! Dude, am I a prophet?
Oh, this is where I feel at home and comfortable.
He said my wife, and he took a verbal shit on stage.
So it's awesome, but it's going to be a tricky choice.
Oh yeah. Every time I boot it up, I'm like, oh.
I know.
Who do I want to play it?
Well, we've had our like regular play sessions where we're bouncing around too, you know, and that's evidenced by like it's just all really fucking good. Yeah.
Yeah.
He said it again!
Deeper on this, showing Vault Hunters and gear.
It's really
working
freaking
together.
good.
For this example, let's focus
You're
on
cooking like a
Vex
week
and
ago.
Grub.
What the fuck happened?
Yeah, so I mean, the third action skill that Vex has is actually called Dead Ringer. We didn't show it off much in the state of play, but eagle-eyed fans have seen a spectral version of Vex wielding a scythe. It's a charge skill that kind of lets you decide
what
to
the
either
fuck?
spawn a Reaper, which will taunt enemies so to kind of take the heat off of you.
Dude, this is
Summon
sick.
Specters, which are the opposite, which just they specialize in damage, but they're very
Oh, that's so cool!
Vex applies her elemental attunement to whatever
That's
you
like
summon.
hella
You
fucking
can do
still
something
expressive.
Like, have a
I
Malachite
love
gun,
that. I
you can
love
fire
shit like that.
cryo, you can switch to cryo.
Any sort of still expression in these games, I love, and that's huge.
Staying a safe distance, and then
That's
switch to
actual
fire
like
and just,
choice that you get to
spawn,
make.
Another 2 specters behind them that'll just light up the enemies. There's so much possibility with Vex. And
Zane's
elements
digiclone.
in
It's
play.
Zane's digiclone, but way more control focused.
Absolutely.
It's like a mix of
And by the way,
digiclone and
there's at least one class mod
actions
that will let
turrets.
You actually pass on your gear to
That's
specters,
really
which is
cool.
always
I
pretty
like
exciting.
that.
That's awesome. Grant.
That's
you
sick
talked
as
in the
fuck.
State of Play showcase about gear balance, the rarities mattering again, legendaries matter again. What did we do? What else have we done to improve the gear chase?
Yeah, because gear now has so many behaviors and they ramp up and
Okay.
escalate. In the
Tell me
things
legendaries
that
don't
can
get
happen. We wanna
licensed
make sure
parts.
that we adjust the complexity so that players aren't bombarded
Or
with so many
less.
behaviors right off the bat. So we've
Come on.
adjusted the kind of drop, the loot chase, so that when players are playing the game, they feel a natural progression of like, oh, okay, I'm adding more things to my gear. I'm adding more things to my gear. So that
Okay.
when they go
But
into
you shouldn't do
stress
that with
zones,
legendary, because
combat
legendary already has
battlefield,
more by being
they're not,
legendary,
just
and it has a gimmick.
mysteriously overwhelmed with so many things that are happening.
So purple should
Because
actually
of
have
that,
something more than legendary,
legendaries
right?
Now have legendary power. They
Okay.
feel super strong. They come at moments, rare moments that when you open like a red loot chest or you
Okay,
kill
cool.
a super rare boss, and when you get that unique legendary behavior, you're going to be like, oh, okay, this really changes the way the game plays. So.
Okay,
it's-
but what about
we're
purples?
reducing the amount of legendaries, but you're going
Okay.
to feel every single legendary when it drops.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
legendaries are legendary.
But
In every
Spoil one.
sense.
that
Spoil one. Let's give the community one.
that was
What's
nothing
the-
about how that makes
One of
purples
the
good.
Legendaries that drops from one of the major bosses in the game is called Ruby's Grasp, and Ruby's Grasp is, if you've seen the State of Play showcase, there's a boss with lots of hands, and Ruby's Grasp is just one that just won't let enemies get away. So
By the way, did you clock the little subtlety there?
I
Dropped from that boss. Does that mean
dedicated drops, so that means all of this drop chance shit doesn't fucking matter. I'm not saying that there shouldn't be dedicated drops, by the way. I'm saying it doesn't matter that they're rarer.
dedicated drops.
Every build is going to have legendary gear no matter what.
Yes.
So it doesn't matter if the legendary gear chase is harder.
What have we done that's a little different this time?
Co-op is a religion to us. Here's the thing. It's so awesome that Borderlands...
I'm trying to stay positive. I'm going to be honest. I'm trying.
They just want to do their own thing and don't want anybody else messing with them. And Borderlands 4 is an awesome solo game. But if you like co-op...
Make the drop chance feel like it's legendary? Yeah, but then they also have licensed parts. So it's back to... It's like if fucking... It's like grinding out anointments in BL2.
easier than ever to get into a cooperative game.
Grinding out anointments without being able to reroll, except you have 3 anointments and it's BL2 drop rates.
Hours, and then you can start co-op. No, just get in from the get.
Good luck.
And people can drop in and drop out. And
Day 1 patch is
here's a
going to
cool
go
one.
crazy.
Massive world, right? No load times. There's no like dog legs or anything like binding people together. What happens if like,
Harder
I go
legendaries
off
and
1 million
parts,
miles in
yeah.
one direction, my buddy goes off
This
the
is what
thing. You can
people
do
said
that.
they wanted.
You can do that. We don't care. Have at it. Have fun. Oh, but I want to get together again.
Instead of legendaries have licensed parts be locked. I don't think that's the case. They would have said it there. If there was anything with licensed parts and legendaries, that's when they would have mentioned it.
Freaking cool.
Also, I'm just saying co-op is going to be so dog shit in an open world. No one's going to play together. If you queue into a random lobby, no one's going to fucking be around each other.
In the game, we're all working our asses off, and the game's gonna launch, and we're gonna be like.
Unless you have an actual group of friends that you're playing with, I think co-op is going to be fucking worthless.
Content, and my wife's gonna be
Unless you're
playing,
doing like specific
and
takedowns or
she's
something.
gonna be like level 20 by the time I even like, okay, can I play with you? Dynamic level scaling. My level 1 chump can jump in her game, and the game will handle it. Even if I want to be on hard and she's, you know, on harder because she's a better gamer than me, it's cool.
But do you think
and
Randy
also
can run with that
exclusive.
thing
So in
slapping
elite
around?
chops,
Not without
there's
making
food
a
for
lot
me
of
and
noise.
food for her, and everybody's cool. And
This
that's
is
just,
this not like pretty much
the
everything they're saying
beginning
now
of
is
our
just the same shit as
commitment to
BL3?
best-in-class co-op. We're
It's just
leading the
easier to
charge
drop
there.
in, but also I'm pretty sure you can do that
Other
as well.
Game developers,
I don't hear
like,
anything that's
do
actually
it,
different
man.
there.
I love your games too, but frick, man, why are you promising co-op and then gimping out? Like, give it to us.
This has become this
Do it.
equivalent to being subjected to CBT.
Well, that's it for
Yeah,
our
okay.
Q&A.
You know, here's the thing, you guys. I'm looking at the clock.
Nothing like going
I
through
wanna
10
give
hours
some
of
stuff away.
grind
Can we-
for the
do you
best
mind if I
roll,
switch
never
modes
to
for a
get
minute?
it.
Okay.
Only 10 hours?
Cool,
It's gonna be
'cause I'm
more
gonna
than
take
that,
over.
buddy.
Okay, so here's the thing. So I know you guys sometimes like when I do a magic trick.
Yes!
I'm not saying there won't be any magic, but
Please!
it might be. But you have to absolutely be convinced that this is fair, because I'm gonna give
Please!
something away, but I can't give something away to everybody.
They salvaged it! This is it!
This
is the
anybody
moment!
today who it's their birthday? Anybody got a birthday to like?
Mine!
today,
It's my birthday!
you-
Please, Randy!
If you have a birthday today, come on up here. Come up and join me right here. If it
Come
is
up
your
and join me
birthday
right
today,
here and get on your
we'll
knees.
mic check your driver's
You're gonna
license.
praise the Randy
Come on.
Rod, baby!
If it's your birthday, come here. Because holy crap, you're spending your birthday with us.
It is not actually
That's
my
amazing.
birthday.
That's amazing. So let's get some birthday. There's some lines here on the floor right here. See these lines on the floor? Stand there. Face me though. Stand on the line. On the line.
Yeah, it is.
Everybody how many birthdays do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's about right for a crowd this size. That was
Look at the
perfect.
4. Yeah, it's huge. I
Thank
want
you
it.
guys.
I want that fucking jacket, sweat and all.
For, having a
I want some of
birthday
that
today.
grease.
There's one of you.
Yo, the
one of
Let
you
It
is
Die
gonna-
shirt based.
We don't know which one yet. We got to figure it out. Okay, so starting at
He's gonna
10,
start kissing
Will,
on
there's
them.
got a microphone. What's your name?
My name is Andres.
This is Andres, everybody. Andres, what do you
All right,
do
who we
for a
rooting
living?
for, fellas?
I'm an engineer.
An engineer. All right.
Make your bets.
Making the world more convenient, easier to use the world. That's cool.
Look at the 4. Lucky. Yeah, here, hold on, wait. Who's the 4th in line? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, this is my bet. He's gonna win.
What's your name?
He's gonna win it all.
Trevor,
Trevor, what do you do, Trevor?
also an
Big Ed Sheeran is gonna win.
do a lot of that.
You're going to split the vote. You're going to split the vote. Pass the mic down. What's your name?
I'm L.
L? What do you
Second
do,
from
L?
left to right.
I'm a
Oh,
writer
true. He's
editor
third.
For a pretty popular YouTube channel.
Oh,
I'm sticking with Big Ed
content for us.
Sheeran.
That's cool. I dig that. Pass the mic down. What's your name?
I'm Chad.
Chad, what do you do?
Chad, yeah! Let's fucking go! All right,
Auto insurance.
Chad's winning this shit. Chad's taking it home.
What's your name?
I'm Neil.
Neil. What do you do, Neil?
I'm a technician and I help fix things, yeah.
Fixes things technician. All right, one more. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Rich.
Hi, Rich. What do you do?
I work in banking.
A banker. Okay, it's up to you guys. All right.
Blessed to be the one who's kissed by
Engineer
Randy.
number
He's gonna
1.
give them all a kiss on the forehead.
Engineer number 2.
Did we actually learn anything? Unfortunately,
Dream
yes.
Content person from YouTube doing YouTube stuff. Oh,
Boo, YouTubers!
insurance.
Woo! Let's go, Chad!
Technician.
Banker called Rich? You can't write this shit. They got Anthony Birch writing that one.
I think our insurance guy is the guy.
Yeah! Let's fucking
I'm
go!
gonna take you backstage. The rest of you. hang out.
Randy,
I'm
don't
gonna
do
get
that.
up
That
to you,
hand.
So like maybe hang out over here. Yeah. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna play a game. If you guys can just hang out over here. Maybe somebody.
Randy would like to play a game.
We're gonna give something away. We're gonna need a random number. Can we get?
Did we learn
our
anything
loot
that didn't
chests
suck? Might
out?
go
We're gonna
backstage
open
with
the loot
Randy,
chests.
lucky
Let's get
fucker.
Come on out, loot chests. We're gonna get our
I
loot
would,
chests
God, I
out.
wish that was me.
And we're gonna
I want a
open loot
3-way with
chest,
Randy and Chad, dude.
And we're gonna win a prize here. Now, it can
How
be
the fuck
anyone
did someone
in
from
loot chests.
insurance
You
get
can
that
see
applause? Did you
there's
see
a
him?
loot
He was
chest.
Chad, brother.
Bring it on stage. We don't know which one
Chad's
we're gonna
dubbing it
get.
out.
We're gonna get a random loot chest. And first of all, we're convinced that this.
No,
is a
we'll go
random
back over
choice. You guys
things
pick who's on stage.
after
We
whatever's
now have to
happening
be
here.
convinced that we're gonna pick a random loot
I don't
chest.
think they're going to talk about
So
anything else, but also
our
this is
friend
like,
who's gonna join me
we
on
got some good
stage
memes
is
here.
gonna open. Well, we're gonna see what's in one of these loot chests. I'm gonna use you guys to help me figure out which one of these loot chests are gonna open. Why don't
Chad is just him.
we're gonna do it
H-I-M,
again, and One of
baby.
them is gonna start with a number. Okay, so whoever we end up picking,
Get ready for the full-on magic show. I'm so hyped.
So do you guys
This
want
is the
one of our
best part of their
engineers?
pack showcases.
Our YouTube content person. Okay. Our
Let's see it.
technician.
Where is he?
or-
Give me
or
Chad.
Our banker.
Wait, where did Chad? Oh, right, because Chad already
All right,
won.
let's start with our YouTube.
I don't care about
I
anyone
need a
else.
number between 1 and 100. Actually, you know what? We'll do both the banker.
I'm
and give me the
jorking it.
first digit.
Whoa, hold on.
What's the first
Hasn't
digit
quite
we're gonna-
started yet. Give it a
2.
few more
And what's the
seconds.
second digit,
Chad's
banker?
getting the package, Randy.
29. Is there anyone in this room
Randy package
doesn't
furred.
believe that that was a randomly selected fair number? Is there any skeptic that isn't absolutely convinced that 29 is a random? I saw a hand go up over there. I saw that hand.
He's gonna jump off the stage and go beat that guy. He's gonna beat the fuck out of him.
29's random? You think that was a setup? You think they're stooges? You think they're in on this with us? Okay.
I can't hold it. I need to blow.
Give me some other number, and we're gonna just give me some other number. 8. Should we? And who? There was another U. Are we gonna add 8 or subtract 8? Okay, 1 in front of the 8. Now it's 18. And the other person, are we going to add 18 or subtract 18? Subtract 18. What was the number we had over here? 29. And we're going to subtract 18. That leaves us with 11. It's a really low number, but we got it up where it's right over here.
Oh man, I'm out of juice.
Does anyone believe that number is not random?
Didn't even pick number 4.
That number is freaking random. How random is that? Okay. We're gonna go with 11. Where's our
God, I
friend?
love
Where's
this
our friend?
man. Randy flexing his
Bring him up,
math
bring
skills.
Bring him up.
I want to see him flex those talking
Don't run,
balls.
hi.
I want to see that
You're
see
about
that
to
shit
win something.
bobble.
There is loot in every
Woo!
one of these chests.
Chad!
The audience has chosen for you.
If I got yelled at by Randy, I'd come on the spot.
Okay.
I'd come on Randy.
Before we change it,
I would
before we do
launch
it,
straight out with the
are you-
power
are
of
you
fucking
confident that
Zeus.
that's a random number, or
All the
would
way
you
from
like
the crowd straight onto his upper lip.
Okay, because it sounded random. We're all convinced, right? We're gonna go to number.
Why is he
11.
like-
Okay. Are you ready?
Dude, he looks a little more traumatized after coming
guys
back
keeping
from the
this on?
backstage. What did they do to him back there?
We're gonna
The
see
light in his eyes are gone.
number 11 is. This is really cool.
What is it?
This is a Stay Cool custom shirt that has been customized by the artists of the Borderlands 4 team. It has been hand.
It's actually kind of beige.
This is really cool. A custom.
He signed an
shirt.
NDA.
Do we have it? Can we get it from backstage? We're gonna give.
We'll
him this
never
gift.
know
This
what
is
happened
This is
backstage.
one of one. This is a really cool. Look at. Stay Cool. Here, hold that up. Show everybody.
That is pretty dope.
And all the art on there.
How much you want to bet it ends up on
all the
eBay?
art on there was drawn on. Yeah,
Dude, I hope he
that's
sells it. I
awesome.
want it.
Now I know what you're wondering. You're wondering what could I have won? What would all the other prizes be? Do you guys want to see what the other ones could have been? Go
Is it a
ahead. Let's turn
loss
them
on
all
every
around.
single
Let's turn
one?
them around. What could
Other
you
than
have won?
11? Oh, is it a copy of BL4?
Bro, they're all Borderlands 4. You could have won months early a copy of Borderlands 4. But this is better, right? This is better.
I'm going to be honest, that was kind of a lame magic trick.
There's something on here. Here, can you hold this up? Hold this up.
It was kind of
Can you-
lame.
can we get
That wasn't one of the best.
Yeah. Can you
That's
guys-
like a solid
there's something
4 out of 10.
on there. Let me see. I think these are UV light. Oh, look, that looks like some code.
A shift code?
Is that as a
That's it.
shift key?
Is that a shift code? Do you know what that means? Whatever that
Someone
is,
take
is
it.
for everyone in the room.
Here, hold on, wait. I got it.
And for you. And you wear this, anyone who can see that. And this
Someone put that in the
glows
chat.
bright as day outside when you're in the sunlight. because sun has UV. So take a picture of that. Write it down. This is the best shift code we've ever given out, you guys.
3 golden
so
keys.
Everybody grab it. This is like 75 golden keys in every single game. This is.
Oh, that's it?
I think there's like.
It unironically is just golden keys.
Is it right?
Oh, they put it up. I'm stupid.
Yeah, 75 golden keys and diamond keys.
And diamond keys, okay.
25 diamond keys.
That is a
insane,
lot.
guys. So everybody in the room gets the
That's
best,
like almost too many.
And
The diamond keys is actually solid.
Happy birthday. Oh, and I got one more thing for you.
Which game though? All of them, he said, I think.
Every one of you that has a birthday, we're going to give you a collector's edition of Borderlands 4.
Just BO3? The diamond keys are, yeah, but everything, or the other ones should be, like the gold keys should be every game. Hey, thank you, Ice. Let me paste that into YouTube chat.
Yes, yes. And by the way, that was sort of a foreshadow. And thank you to our helpers here with the loot chests.
All right, anything else?
Foreshadow of
Or can I go into bitch mode?
Not probably. We're gonna do it. We're gonna have a shirt or a hoodie or something that anyone can buy that'll show up on our store, and then it'll have a shift code on it, so that everyone can kind of be like when I'm sharing the shift codes with people. You're walking down the street, somebody goes, "I know what that is." And
the shift code has sex in it. It does.
So, well, that'll be out
Very
later.
good, Glista.
So awesome, you guys. Now we do have some time left, and there's some.
We did.
And there were some questions from the world. So we're gonna do the hard
All right.
questions now.
We get more questions.
Noel.
Where are the questions
Waiting
at?
for those to come.
Noel? They're coming.
Here they
They're
come.
Hey, there we
Am
go.
I your good boy? Yeah, someone asked him that.
All right.
Did any of you guys, there were some people pulling questions from the line out there? Some of you guys, okay, we'll see.
Hopefully we could get to them. Let's fly
I
through
want the
these. Okay,
Arachnica
we'll fly.
talk. That'll come, don't worry.
Grant,
We're gonna
are
yap.
Invincible's coming back.
Yes, to be announced in a later date.
Randy, we want to know more about the Endgame.
Yes.
They'll answer
We'll say
something,
more very
surely.
soon.
Listen, we're going to talk more about Endgame soon, but and in fact, some of us are going on a press tour, and we're going to be showing some of that stuff. And we have an event.
Somebody please
coming
ask
up
about
in
legendaries.
June
I think
that we're
legendaries are dead,
affectionally
fella.
calling our BFF event.
I'll be honest.
And we're going to be kind of getting into some of that too. So
I
we'll
think we have all the
broadcast
info
it
on
also
legendaries that
live,
we
and
need.
Some of your favorite streamers will be streaming from the event, so that'll be good. And that's coming up in June.
Grant, do overworld enemies respawn without save quitting?
Yes, overworld enemies do respawn.
Did they not
just
already
like
say
in
yes?
Games, it's on a timer.
Oh,
so the
overworld
machine
enemies,
to
okay.
Respawn bosses and mini bosses, though, based off the
What's the
combat.
code for it? It's a shift code.
Yeah, there's like
75 golden keys in every game and 25 diamond keys.
Reset so that you can grind them again.
You will take your Torg Jacob Sandhawk and you will like it.
Nick, will Badass Guardian rank make a return?
Yeah, there is an endgame specialization system that
Proficiencies,
is going to be
please.
very similar to the badass system in the past games, but it's actually going to have meaningful choices. It won't just be like put points into this, that, and the other thing to get like a flat bonus. There will actually be behaviors, and you will have to make some hard choices. But we'll talk about that a little bit more later.
Turns out we're talking
That sounds
about a lot of
interesting.
Endgame.
That's actually honestly one of the more interesting
Randy, I
things
got a
they've said
tough
all
one for you
day.
here.
Oh, you got a spicy one for me?
I don't know the answer. I don't know.
Why
if
is
you
it
know.
always me that has to do the spicy ones? All right.
What will the game's price be? That's an interesting one. I don't know this.
Really now? I'll tell you the truth. I don't know. And that is the truth. I'll hit it. I'll hit it straight on. And it's an interesting time, right? We've got.
I'm glad he's actually being honest with that.
We've got.
I do appreciate that.
Competitive marketplace where the people that make those choices want to sell as many units as possible, and they want to be careful about people that are price sensitive.
I wish he would have
So
just
there's
said
some folks that don't want to see prices go up.
80
even the ones
bucks?
deciding what the prices are.
But
There's other folks accepting the reality that game budgets are increasing, and there's tariffs for the retail packaging, and it's getting gnarly out there, you guys. Borderlands 4 has more than twice the development budget than Borderlands 3. More than twice. The truth is,
okay, but does that? I don't think that actually
matters
matters though.
I do know that we will
I don't
be
think
opening pre-orders
games have been priced
soon
based on how much
this
their
year, and
budget has
that
been
will
in
be when the
fucking
price is
decades.
set.
I'm pretty sure it's been ahead of that.
I think that Borderlands 4, here's the philosophy we have. Whatever the price is, we're entertainers. Yes, we want to get more resources.
Oh, yeah, and I do appreciate him talking openly about this.
So awesome. It's because you guys showed up
Somewhat
for
openly,
Borderlands
as
3.
openly as he can be on a
And we
fucking
have the
pack
budget, so
stage,
we
but
can
like,
more than double the budget and feel confident in that.
I
That's
think
awesome.
realistically
when
it just,
when the revenue comes in, we could spend it
it's
to make
yapping.
bigger games and better games.
If he's gabbing this much, it's gonna
As
be 80
artists,
bucks
we want
probably.
everybody to have it. You know, we want to make it as easy as possible for everybody to enjoy what we're creating. So it's a weird thing, but the fundamental philosophy is we want people to buy it so we have the resources to make more, but we want everyone who buys and plays a Gearbox game to feel certain that they got the better end of the bargain. Whatever the price is, that they got the best value. And that's the philosophy that we live by. And so we're going to have a price set soon, and it might be the new price that like Nintendo and Microsoft have led with.
He name
It might
dropped.
be that we stay back.
We're actually rushing the
it's gonna
stage
be
after the
the
show for
people
Randy's
as
seat.
the
I'm getting a whiff.
house that decide that.
I'm
And
getting a
if it
whiff
is,
of that fresh
cheaper,
stank.
You know, maybe we'll sell you that mini map that you guys want, but we'll develop.
He said it!
$10.
He said it!
I'm just kidding. Or am I? I'm just kidding. Or am I?
Whole lot of words that could have been replaced with between 60 and 80. Yeah, no, I appreciated it at first. Then he went on for like way too long.
We'll know soon. I think it's going to be fine, whatever it ends up being. I think it's going to be amazing, whatever.
Well, of course you think it's gonna
Borderlands
be
is
fine.
fucking
It's
amazing, and it's worth it. It's worth it. Yeah.
We haven't
I don't know.
kicked off
I,
stage yet. I'm just going to keep going until they stop.
He should have ended that like 5 minutes sooner, and I would have been happy with what he said.
After us, so you know, yeah.
April, what is Ordnite used for?
Ordnite.
Yeah, what is Ordnite?
Ordnite is sort of like the sister element to
Minimap gonna be
the game.
aftermarket
And so,
attachment for your
it
gun,
has
like a little
an
screen to it.
opposite effect. Ordnite is used for a lot of different things in the game that we don't want to quite talk about yet, but I will tell you this, it is not a currency. So it is not a currency, I promise.
Yeah.
But it will explode shit in
One
some
of
ways.
the goals when we were in the room, and I think I'm the one that actually named it, because I'm like, how cute is that? The Ordnite. The idea is that the Borderlands universe is much bigger than anyone thought. It's bigger than just the Iridians, and Ordnite is a part of that new.
Okay,
larger
so
puzzle
one thing
game
that they have
that you
not
were looking
fucking
at.
directly said is
We're
like,
excited
is this
to start
actually the
peeling back those
war?
layers for everyone.
The more they talk about
bubbles,
lore
split
stuff, the
screen
less
look
I
like?
start thinking this is actually even the war.
Yeah, I mean it's split screen. It's you know.
Is it hot dog or
divided.
hamburger?
I'm so
Did you
confused.
say hot dog, ham?
Hot dog or hamburger style?
it's the wait, that's
That's the
That's
scientific
horizontal
term.
for the
Minimap is now the
other
Hyperion Shield module. You have to be
Couch
ADS
co-op
to see
out of the
it.
gate, or remote co-op, or couch plus remote, like however you want to do it. It's who does that anymore? We do that, MFers. We do that.
So he can't say motherfuckers,
What
but he
will the
can say
rarity
fuck.
levels be?
Ooh, rarity levels will go from common to legendary.
Thanks, Grant.
There's your
We nailed it.
there's your
Nailed
there's
it.
your gray. There's your green. There's your blue.
I don't like how you're saying
There's
that, by
your
the way.
purple.
And then there's orange.
There's your orange. There's your put.
What? Hold on.
Like I said, I'm just saying, if there was going to be pearls, they would be mentioned at this.
Such a troll.
Last one I'll ask here. After collecting vault key fragments,
There may
do you
be.
repeat the
I'm
same
gonna take
vault?
that as an actual maybe, just because there was kind of a tease there.
Rerun your vault.
Yes.
And
rerun your
I know
vaults.
they were kind of joking about it. I feel like they wouldn't do that because they know how mad people would be if there ended up not being pearls.
I'm kidding.
Or I don't know, maybe they're
That's it
just
for
that
us.
retarded.
Oh, you got through the questions.
I did. I did. We got through it all, but
Yeah. Oh, you were standing there.
I'm like, come on, we gotta wrap it up. Let's go.
Pearls
Give a round
paid
of applause
DLC.
to everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
I mean, I genuinely think that's what's gonna end up happening.
Thank you
I think it's
so
probably
much.
gonna come as
I
a
really
DLC or like with a
appreciate it.
DLC. I don't think that pearls will be base.
All right, you all. Thank you. So, as Randy mentioned, we are
Which I don't
hitting the
really
road.
mind.
Like,
I'm
literally,
totally fine with
Pittsburgh and
that.
Reiner and I are leaving this afternoon, going around the world on a trip. But we're coming to a place near you. In June, on June 21st, we've got the Borderlands Fan Fest event, and that's... Hi. Okay. We've got the Borderlands Fan Fest event on June 21st. We're
Did he
gonna be
just say
going
that
to
there was a
Philly
trailer
Disney
after
World,
this?
and that'll be coming
Is
up
that what he just
July.
whispered?
In August, we're going to be at Gamescom. We're also going to be at
I think he said
PAX
wrap it up
here
because
in
there's a
Seattle.
trailer after
And
this.
in October, we're going to be heading to PAX Australia. So
I might be
I'm looking
fucking
forward to that,
schizophrenic, but we
if
might get
you're
another
here,
trailer.
Where you're going is up to the Q Hall to get that poster signed. We're going to be hanging out up there doing autographs. So please come say hi to us, and we'd love to say hi to you. And we're
No,
gonna
they
do
said Chad.
one more
The
fun
Chad
of a
guy's
trailer.
soul got
All right,
away.
thanks, you all. Let's hit the trailer.
Yeah, no. Okay, so he did say trailer. Let's go. Please be something good.
What use is a vault hunter?
Is this the same trailer we saw already? So far, this is the same trailer. Anything good, guys? We'll get there. I think they're just playing the old trailer. Yeah, this is just the same one. Still a banger of a trailer, I will say. No Harlow gameplay. Nothing new, at least. Okay. I'm taking this moment to like put my thoughts together while this plays. Because I definitely have thoughts. Time to shit on the game. I still... Okay. I'm going to be very, very clear. Okay. I am still very much so looking forward to this game. I need to be so fucking clear on this, because as clear as I was in my video, a lot of people seem to have just completely ignored that. I think that this game is going to be very, very good. It's going to be a fun fucking game. I'm sure I'm going to put thousands of fucking hours into it. That being said, I can still be excited for a game. I can still be happy for a game. I can still enjoy a game. And I can have criticisms. Alright? And I have criticisms. I think my fucking video has aged so well after this. I'm gonna be honest. I think that all of my points in that video has aged so unbelievably well, more so than I could have ever imagined. In the worst way possible. I want to be clear. I'm not happy about that. I'm not happy that I get to look back on that video and be, yeah, everything I said in this holds up. But unfortunately, everything that I said in that holds up. I didn't get to watch the thing. Are we back or is it Jover? We're about exactly where we were previously, at least on this stream. I just now have proof of the things that I said is effectively where we're at. Again, everything in that video I think is almost entirely held up. It's just that now I have even further proof to, show that speculation isn't worthless. Speculation doesn't inherently mean incorrect. All right? It means you're taking what you're given and you're inferring off of it. It's funny that people take criticism as bad. Like, people still criticize BL2. Doesn't mean people hate it. Yeah, no, exactly. And that's the thing. That's why I'm kind of harping on this video a lot. It was just kind of annoying. Not that, like, I actually care, because it was a minority of people, but there was a lot of people that out of my video just got that I was hating on the game for the sake of hating on it, or that I was trying to make rage bait for the sake of content. And that's just not the case. I tried to make it very clear that I am excited for BL4. I'm very into this game. I think it's going to be fun. I just want it to be as the best that it can be, and I have some issues with how they're currently doing things. How did that confirm anything for you? They said next to nothing about the game, spent 15 plus minutes on a magic bit. A lot of the things that they did say were just expanding on what they talked about in the previous thing, and that's exactly what I did in my video. Was I talked about the shit that they talked about previously, just in a little more in depth, putting together some more thoughts of it myself, and they pretty much confirmed a lot of this. The big thing is 100% legendaries are going to have licensed parts, which 100% means that the things that they're saying about purple weapons is completely worthless at the end game, especially because, again, I support us having dedicated drops, but the fact that they are having dedicated drops means that 100% every endgame build is just going to be legendaries. Almost guaranteed. Maybe in the earlier days of the life cycle, that might not happen. The thing is, so we talked about this in my server a bit. The reason that legendary or that purples were ever used is that they have to do something that a legendary doesn't do. Is the problem. That's the actual issue. It has nothing to do with drop rates or anything like that. It has nothing to do with power level. It is simply there needs to be some sort of draw. For example, in BL2, while I do think that this was still an issue in BL2 where a majority of endgame builds were just defaulting to legendaries or above, I personally used a Jacob's spinny barrel sniper on my 0 because it was just one of the, or it was a citrine, so technically it was still a unique-ish, but there was not really a legendary sniper that was just kind of a very generic sniper-type gameplay thing like that in BL2. That was a unique draw to that item that made me want to use it on my endgame build. In BL3, we had that with the Q system. The Q system was a gun that for a time did not have a unique or a legendary or unique counterpart to it. And it was a strong staple of the meta for quite some time until the OPQ came out. So the problem is they still just don't seem to understand this issue. And they keep claiming that all rarities feel better, that legendaries are going to be rare and they're going to feel like an event, when the reality is every build is going to have legendaries. You put enough hours into the end game, you're going to have every single legendary that you want because dedicated drops. It's just going to take, it's just less world drops. It's just going to take longer to get the same effect. So I think there's just still that core misunderstanding, I guess, of what they're even trying to solve. But I don't know. There could still be, so yeah, no, that is true. There could still be a use for purples if there's not a lot of legendaries in 4. That is true. If they go back to the amount of legendaries in like BL2 or the pre-sequel, where there's certain purples that just do not have a legendary counterpart, then yeah, there could still be a use. Personally, I don't think that's going to happen. Legendaries are a huge source of content, not only in gameplay, not only in build crafting, but it's content that draws people to the game, as in literal YouTube content. I'm part of this problem. I've been supporting BL3 as effectively part of their advertising campaign for 3 or 4 years now, being 5 years, or almost 6 years, going on 6 years from launch. I'm making YouTube content that advertises their game, that brings people into it, that gets more eyes on their game because of the amount of legendaries that are in that game that I can cover. I do not think that they're going to make less legendaries in BL4. I 100% do not think that is going to happen. Just again, because of all that. There's a chance that they do. I don't think that they will. So personally, I really do not think that this whole thing that, again, I'm honestly surprised they even harped on it again here, that they're saying, like, they didn't directly, or say it as directly, but they still kind of mentioned that, like, every rarity is going to feel better, and, like, there's going to be a purpose to using them, but there's just not. It's just not going to happen. So yeah, there's that. I think the biggest negative to me that came out of this whole thing is that they directly said that there will not be crafting. Okay? Now, let me be clear. I am one of the people that does not support crafting in Borderlands at all. I don't think that is a system that I would like, in the sense of being able to swap out whatever parts you want. Okay? I think there's a way that it could be done well. I'm just not personally a fan of it. If it was there, I wouldn't mind, whatever. I probably just wouldn't engage with it. Now, the thing is that they specifically said it in reference to licensed parts. The problem with these licensed parts and not having crafting is that you can think of crafting as re-rolling anointments, as long as you think about the licensed parts as anointments. And that's what they are. And I think that is a big issue that needs to be kind of pushed more, is that licensed parts are just rebranded anointments. I understand that they're not one-to-one, they're different, but also they're kind of not. An anointment is a thing that rolls on your gun that changes how the gun plays drastically and gives them some sort of bonus effect. A licensed part is a part that rolls on your gun that changes the gameplay drastically by giving it some sort of extra effect. Except now you get 3 of them. 3 to potentially 4 of them on legendaries. I'm thinking it probably caps out at 3. So it's probably 3 of them on purples and 3 of them on legendaries. So to me, that's the same as having 3 anointments on a piece of gear, and we just had it confirmed to us that we can't change them out. We can't change them out. So we're back to anointments times 3, but you can't re-roll them. So, now, here's the other thing, the other part of that to add on to that. I am fully convinced that what is happening, I just joined it. You're like an hour and a half behind. I'm not going to go over everything. I'm so sorry. The VOD will be posted after this, though. I'm 100% certain. I would put money on this. There is another part system going on underneath licensed parts. Because otherwise, the way that they've shown them, we've seen white rarity guns, or lower rarity guns, they don't roll parts. Like, they don't roll licensed parts. This would mean if you had a dataless pistol that was like white, and you had another dataless pistol that was white drop, and assuming they had like the same barrel, assuming that's even how like weapon type is determined, but let's just stick with that. Assuming they had the same barrel, they were the same weapon type, same everything, those would be identical weapons 100% of the time, which would mean outside of licensed parts, assuming again it's just barrel that changes weapon type, you would have, once again, assuming that there's 3 weapon types per or 3 subtypes per weapon type, like in BL3, which may not be the case, but whatever. My point is, same barrel, same weapon type, that will 100% be the same gun every single time if it's like a white or green, if there's not an underlying BL3 type part system. All that is to say, I'm pretty damn certain there is, which means licensed parts are not the only thing that you want to go for on your gun. A god roll for your build is going to be the licensed parts that you want, the actual gun that you want, and then the actual parts underneath the licensed parts that you want, which is going to be fucking ridiculous if you cannot change out your licensed parts. Torg stickies is going to be in every single gun, isn't it? Fucking probably. And that's the other issue. They also pretty much confirmed with this that yes, It straight up just gives the gimmick in its at least near entirety to the gun. You can chuck any weapon that rolls a Tediore fucking part on it. So what's the point of going for a Tediore? Like, again, that's lesser of an issue. I don't super care about that, but also, like, it is kind of lame a little bit. That is a little bit lame. Yeah, I don't know. Gear Grind is back. It never left. It's just now, like, it's gonna feel so much worse. And this is also all without even knowing how impactful parts are actually going to be. Like, it could be fine if it is like BO3, where any roll of a gun pretty much is going to be good with, like, very few exception, like the Blanc. The Blanc feels significantly better with certain rolls than it does just kind of generically rolled. But that's not... It's not like BO2, where a gun is absolute fucking dog shit, unless you get a fucking matching grip or whatever. Like, BO2's part system was very strict. This will likely be more similar to BO3, where the underlying part system probably isn't that impactful, but it's still going to be a thing. If you actually want to min-max your build, going for a god roll is going to be ridiculous. Oh, hold on, I've been yapping. Let me see what what are you most excited about in BL4? Easily the Vault Hunters. I think all of the Vault Hunters look dope as fuck. I'm interested to see what they do story-wise. I do think the story is looking kind of cool, potentially. It's either going to be really cool or lame like the rest. I don't know. But no, easily Vault Hunters I'm really hyped for. I do also like the like visuals that they've shown off. I think it looks beautiful. All these crybabies are starting to get annoying. Am I the crybabies? I would like to hear what I'm crying about rather than providing criticism. Guys won't be able to reroll later, like the anointment reroll table in BO3. It'll probably come once people realize that they are actually just fancy anointments. The problem is right now, it doesn't seem like people are fully putting that together, that it is effectively just an anointment system. I really don't want to build around guns, dude. I'm so sorry, Mayro, you're going to be building around guns. It's not criticism. You haven't played the game yet. You don't know how it will play out. They've literally given us this information. Like, they have handed us this information. I'm speaking on the information that they've given us. It doesn't matter how it plays. That's not going to change how I feel about this. I'm speaking specifically on the way that the systems work, the way that they have described the systems working. I don't know what else I could do to make this criticism. I'm giving them feedback based on what they themselves have directly told us. Really funny how Destiny had a mild controversy regarding crafting, and now Spider-Lad is screaming about how it's needed. I don't want it, is the thing. I don't want crafting for the actual parts. I just think there needs to be some system for the licensed parts. Because if you get a god roll parts of the parts, but it just has, like, not at all what you want on its, I mean, it's the same as getting a fucking perfect... It's like back in the day when I was farming for redistributors, and I got a max damage cryo redistributor, and it had a fucking flak anointment on it. I was pissed. It felt like shit. So I don't want, like, full crafting. I just think that there needs to be some way of swapping out the licensed parts. Part system without some rerolling equals Wonderlands and 1 in 87 billion chance of dropping. That's also a no-no. Exactly. There's a middle ground. And I think they need to hit that middle ground. Couldn't watch stream because of job. Did I miss too much? Pretty much. If you've seen my previous video, most of the things that I said in that aged incredibly well. That's about it. They didn't really give us anything super new. They expanded on things in ways that kind of confirmed a lot of my suspicions. Don't have to get a god roll on your first try, and they said it would be more impactful, and you can just customize your build. Okay. I don't think you're thinking about this hard enough. I'm going to be honest. I'm not even sure if you're thinking. I'm not saying that you need to get a god roll on your first try. I'm saying getting a god roll should be possible. That's the problem. That's the issue. Is again, we look at Wonderlands. I don't know if you've played Wonderlands. Wonderlands had absolutely ridiculous odds to get even like a decent roll. And that's what we're leading back into. I don't know if you played BO3 when that released, but anointments and not being able to reroll them was a huge issue because, again, you would get a god roll after hours and hours of farming. That fucking redistributor was like minimum 100 plus, like minimum 100 hours of running Molly 1 takedown. Minimum. It was probably more like 200 to 300. I get that roll, and it's completely worthless to me because it's the exact roll that I wanted, the exact element that I wanted, but it had the incorrect anointment. That's what we're going back to. So I don't want a god roll on my first try. I just want to not be punished when I get the god roll. Don't care about god rolls. I've never gotten this triple amp shield since launch, and I've got over 2k hours in BL3, and that's perfectly fine. Rare gear exists. It's always going to exist, and that's totally fine. But this is like unobtainably rare. I got the one-shotter after probably it was definitely a couple hundred hours sitting in front of a vendor and going over and over and over again. I don't mind rare gear hunts. I mind trying to get a class mod. If you want to get, okay, here's a great example. I want a stone. I want a stone that has +5 into do harm. Okay? That the odds of that, because of how the part system works. So the way the part system works is each like skill roll is a separate part. So each time you roll that skill, you have less of a chance of getting that skill again. So for the first skill roll, it is 1 in 15. Okay? So yeah, we got a 1 in 15 chance. All right? We then you know what? I should not do math live on stream. Let me pull up my class mod video. Yeah. Let me, oh God.
Class
Fuck
mods
off.
have been
Where is, yeah, roll probabilities. So,
axed as well.
where the fuck? No, that's still, this is BL3 stuff.
As a primary, just to a skill because there's only a set pool of parts in a skill that you want and 3.
Okay, yeah.
800.
So this is the chance, and the breakdown of the chance. This is the chance of getting a god roll class mod. Okay? And you can remove some of these. You don't need to get full passives or full points. But, it's rough. It's a bad grind. This is why a huge amount of people, we don't even know what class mods look like or act like in BO4 yet. Yeah, that is true. But yeah, it's 1 in 504 to get perfect licensed parts, assuming the base weapon is guaranteed, and you can't roll the same manufacturer multiple times. Yeah, that's, oh man, I don't like seeing the number there. I don't like that. That's bad. That's bad. Ooh. It'll be worse since we have parts from more than 8 manufacturers. Yeah, and again, they keep talking about min-maxing. This is what really gets me on this, is they keep talking about min-maxing. Someone said it earlier. Someone said they keep talking about min-maxing. Let us min-max. Fuck, who said that? I saw it. I didn't get to it in time. Was it in Twitch chat? Fuck. Someone said it. But yeah, no, they keep talking about min-maxing, and all of these systems that we have seen so far are incredibly negative to the ability to, like, we don't have the ability to, unless we spend multiple fucking lifetimes. How are we supposed to fucking min-max this shit? Licensed parts are too important. That is the issue. Okay, this is... Let me like make this very clear. What the literal core of this issue is it's licensed parts and enhancements. Those are the two problems here, okay? Is the fact that if licensed parts were just a thing, okay? If they were just a thing, whatever. It's fine. If I got a really, really good gun or a really good roll, if I got a god roll, let's say, of a base stats of a weapon, but it has like manufacturer parts that I don't really care about, whatever. That's totally fine. Again, so here's the actual difference between anointments, because there is a slight difference. This is the one difference, is that an anointment sometimes is just completely worthless to what you're doing. A manufacturer part will at least always do something, okay? Whether it's what you want it to or not, it will always be doing something. But that doesn't mean your enhancement is always going to be doing something. So if you get that god roll, either you have to use it without having effectively not having an enhancement, your enhancement slot completely fucking wasted, okay? Or you have to use an enhancement specifically for that gun. And then either you now have to build the rest of your gear that you're using around that one gun, which sounds like AIDS, and again, limiting your build diversity, or you have to carry around a bunch of enhancements to constantly swap between. Either way, I'm not a huge fan. Either way, I don't think it's going to be too great. They said that legendaries have one less licensed part that is taken by the legendary part. Did they say that? I might have missed that. If they did say that, that's at least good. That will at least give, you know what? That actually kind of gives a purpose to purples, if that is true. Again, I might have completely fucking missed that. Legendaries will be slightly less problematic, but still horrible to farm. That is good that there's at least a bit of a difference there, though. Time will tell if that's enough of a difference for purples to still have a place. I think it should. I think some of the good purples will probably have a place with that. Yeah, probably should be 2 less, but beggars can't be choosers. That's the thing. I think generally, most people are probably going to come down to just wanting, like, a single specific manufacturer, maybe 2. I don't know if anyone's actually going to care about getting all 3 manufacturers specifically what they want. So I think it would be better if legendaries were their part and then 1 licensed part. But at least it's something. At least it's something. And to reiterate, though we are ragging on the possible roll chances, we are still excited about the game. Exactly. Thank you for the reminder of saying that, Gluto. Yes. Again, let me reiterate. I'm very happy about this. I'm very happy about this game, I should say. I'm excited for this game. I think it's going to be fun. I'm going to put fucking thousands of hours into it. I'm going to make content on it. I just think it has a few problems from what we've seen. And again, all of this is based on what we've seen. While I am speculating, it's not coming out of my asshole. Unlike that log of shit that I really wanted to see exit Randy's hole. Instead of a crafting system, hear me out, the licensed parts are a drop from certain missions or a certain objective. But there are like 6 different types of Teeter parts. Or fuck. You wrote this with your mouth, so it's hard for me to follow this. 6 different types of teeter parts for 6 different types of chuckers. Your text or your speech to text did not do a good job of that, Ivy. I'm so sorry. Showcase already happened. The showcase has already happened. If you want to see it with my commentary and shit, this VOD will be up right after it's done. Why are they refusing to show Harlow gameplay? She's probably just not ready yet. They did the same sort of thing with BL3 where they only showed Zane and Amara for a very long time just because they were the most finalized. Either way, the game will be a shit show for OCD gamers that want total control over their loadout. Yeah, that's just the thing. That's like what really gets me is, again, just the constant use of telling us how much potential there is to min-max and how fun it'll be to min-max and stuff. And I'm like, it sounds like it's going to be hell. It sounds like min-maxing is going to be absolute fucking hell, man. Like, yeah, I don't know if there's anything else to say. Again, they're kind of I don't think I can scroll down. I don't know what is going on in that ad, but it looks like a naked woman. We're going to go over here. We'll just stare at this guy. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else for me to go over? I feel like there wasn't too much else. I think that kind of covered it. I mean, I guess skill trees. What do they say about skill trees again? Hold on. What did they say about still trees? Hey, that's me. Look at that. That is... Why is that an ad on YouTube? Why is that an ad? This fucking stream is going to get copyright struck for that. Bro. Did they post this anywhere? Nope, that's not what I want. Here we go. Is this somewhere? I guess it's not up yet. I can't remember entirely what they said about skill trees, but I think it at least did not relate to my problem whatsoever. They kind of just said that, like, oh yeah, there's a bunch of diversity within each skill tree. Which, again, my problem with the skill trees, I need to make this very clear. I'm going to look straight into the camera as I say this, okay? My problem with build diversity is not that we have less potential build diversity. We absolutely have more build diversity than ever, okay? Likely. That's speculation, by the way. That right there, that is real speculation. I want to say that real quick, okay? To differentiate between the things that I say and what just came out of my mouth there, that is actual speculation, okay? We don't necessarily have proof of that one. We have a few things, but that's more speculative than most of the fucking things that I've said. Anyways, we very likely have better build diversity than ever before, okay? But all of that build diversity comes with way more limitations. And that is the core of my issue with the skill trees. Not that there's less options. Not that there's too many skills or fucking whatever. It is that we're being limited. Is that, yes, we have more options. But those options are coming with the limitation of when you spend skill points in this part of the tree, it's locking you out of other parts of the tree. Okay? That's what I don't like. Same thing with enhancements. Okay? We're probably going to get more options with that, especially with how the fucking system works, but we're being limited to what types of gun rolls that we can use. We're being limited to having to build our own manufacturers. Okay? It's all limitations. The ordnance system, it's cool. It's great for general gun builds. It's fucking awesome. All right? But it sucks because it's limiting ordnance builds to only having one gun. It also limits us to having a fucking grenade or a rocket launcher. Again, limiting grenade builds too. We are getting more options in some ways, but all of these options limitations. That's my problem. That's the issue I have, and I don't like that. I like the freedom. I enjoy the freedom that these games usually offer. I know I sound insane, but I really can't identify Eamon's race. Not that I give a fuck about this, but I don't know if it's lighting, but he looks albino, pale, white, black, and mixed at the same time. But when I can't call Eamon or the Eamon player appropriate slurs. No, that's true. He also, like, he does change skin tone depending on where you look at him. Like, here he looks alright, but then where's the one where he looks like pasty as fuck? Yeah, here, like, pretty normal skin tone. And then, where's the game info? Vault Hunters? No, wait, where's the pasty picture? It was funny. I get your point, but we don't know how many licensed part rolls, unlike Annoyance, were like 130 plus, but BO3 guns, we do know how many licensed part rolls there are. Also, BO3 guns usually have up to 21 parts. We can't tell if BO4 would count the same as them, or count some of them as licensed, but we also can't know if some parts end up like boomers for sickle. It sounds like well, they literally said there's only one licensed part per manufacturer, so there's 8. So you roll 3 parts out of a pool of 8. Or no, was it 8 or how many fucking, because I think there's 8 manufacturers, but then there's 11, 12, 13 because there's 3 additional ones that don't actually make guns. Which again, Hyperion is the shield, not the reverse recoil. That is ridiculous. I think 9, is it 9 total? Okay, or here, hold on, we can check weapons. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9, 10, 11, or 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, okay, 11. So it's 11 parts total. We get 3 per gun. Console players chasing YouTube builds are going to have a really bad time. Yeah, probably. Did they confirm that part system is purely licensed, or are we going to have BO3 part-like system as well? They didn't confirm that we will. I'm pretty sure that we will. I've said it earlier too, but if it's only licensed parts, then like lower tier guns that don't roll licensed parts would all be the same. Like a white dataless pistol would likely be exactly the same as another white dataless pistol if there wasn't an underlying part system. So I would literally put money on there being, I would put my life on there being a fucking, I will eat my shorts. I will literally eat my shorts if there is not an underlying part system outside of licensed parts. This is absolutely a promise. Hold me to this. I will eat a pair of my shorts live on stream with a glass of milk if there is not an underlying part system. Dead ass. I am 100% so fucking real right now. This is like genuinely, someone make the clip, do it. This is like, I'm so confident in this being the case. There's an underlying part system that every gun would become a class mod chase. That's exactly what I'm worried about. Soiled ones, potentially. I'll consider it. Thank you for highlighting these diversity problems, by the way. I haven't seen anyone else talking about them. Yeah, because I hate using the term. Someone else said it earlier, and I do agree with how it is, because I've seen it firsthand on my video. There is some toxic positivity going on with this game right now. I do not think positivity is not warranted, or too many negatives. I think that positivity is warranted, okay? I think there's a lot to be excited for with this game. Again, I myself am very excited for this game. I'm saying all of this shit out of love for this game, out of excitement for this game. It's the reason I'm thinking about this game so much is because I'm hyped. All right? I think that these are going to be problems. And that's all this is it's criticism. I think that these are going to be problems. And I don't think that I'm terrible or rage baiting or fucking making slop because I'm talking about these problems. I want to be making feedback. I want Gearbox to hear this. I want to get these ideas out there and these thoughts so that they can maybe take them in and think about changing some stuff if it turns out that maybe I'm right. Maybe these are problems. Again, who fucking knows? I could be completely wrong, and that's totally fine. I don't care if I'm right. I don't want to be right. But between the last video I made and this stream, it seems like everything that I did say in that last video, pretty much everything, I should say. There was a few things that I was wrong about, but pretty much everything I was right about. The main points in that video, I was right about. As much as I'm not happy about that. I need to make that clear as well. I don't want to be right. I would much rather this game just fucking be perfect. But I'm doing my part to try to help the game be perfect. And now this isn't even me talking about the game. This is me just fucking ranting about shit. I mean, I went on a fucking rant about the community last time, but I don't know. I was very surprised to see the reaction to my video, I'll be honest. I think that I really was not expecting... There is a lot of positivity with it. I want to be clear on that as well. There a vast majority of people that watched that video enjoyed it. The like ratio shows that shit. There was a lot of really good discussion I had with other people in the comments. There's a lot of great opinions that I read in that comment section, and I loved it. Even like especially ones that disagreed with me. I enjoy hearing differing opinions. Like that's just I like discussing things. But yeah, no, some of the things that were said about that video were also just like absolutely schizophrenic. Stop screaming. I'm scared. I'm constantly screaming, brother. That's the entire stream. I'm excited too, and as a more casual, everything looks good, but casuals don't keep Borderlands games alive. It's the speedrunners, build makers, one life, and long-term people who keep the game alive, and that's exactly what I'm worried about. I think this game is fucking incredible for casual players. Like, unironically, I think that this is easily going to be the best game, without a doubt, for casual players. I think it's going to be a great jumping on point for anyone. Very likely it's going to be the most accessible. But yeah, no, that's precisely what I'm worried about. As a fucking hardcore player who has 5,000 fucking hours in BL3 and another 1,000 fucking, if not more, spread out through the other games, I don't know. Again, I will probably put thousands of hours in BL4, but I in its current state, I can already say that there will very likely come a time when I don't play it as much. When I fall off of it and probably go back to BL3. Because currently, again, this is a personal opinion. I want to say that this isn't fact. Again, I could be wrong. I'm so sorry for all the people that like have brain cells and don't need to hear me repeat this. I'm not saying that I would go back to BL3 because BL4 is bad. I'm saying BL3 has more of what I want in a game. Like in a Borderlands game, currently from what I've seen. But yeah, scream for me, Josh. Ah! Is that good? Content mill second video when? I don't even think I need to make a second one. Like, unironically, I could just repost the first one. I make the minor edit about like the fucking when I thought that there was like 3 enhancement roles. I just cut that part out, re-upload the video, and I think everything holds up. Still didn't see how shields are handled. They mentioned shields and grenades. Grenades also have licensed parts, by the sounds of it, which I assume also means that ordnances have licensed parts. They mentioned grenades, but I don't think they mentioned very in-depth. So I'm conflicted. We won't be able to use rockets and grenades separately from each other. I really, really do not like the ordnance system. That's something that I just don't think is good. I think it's good for general builds. Anyone who doesn't make rocket or grenade-focused builds, I think, is going to have a fantastic time with the ordnance system. Anyone who likes grenade-focused and rocket builds is being limited. There's that word again. That sneaky little word. Isn't it crazy how it kind of just comes up in every single problem that I have with this game? Isn't it weird? Isn't it almost like my thoughts on this game are, like, consistent and based on something? And based? Isn't it crazy how that works? When you have like a logically consistent argument and like similar things just kind of keep popping up. It's almost like you're not just spewing random bullshit. Wild. I assume shields will have licensed parts that will behave exactly like BL3 shields. From the sounds of it, like shields and grenades, from what they like mentioned briefly, it does sound like they're very similar to BL3. Okay, actually, I do have one more thing to talk about. What they said about grenades, I think, was like on the same tier as lowering legendary drop rates will make purples valuable. Was they talked about how they had to tone down grenades because of grenade spam? Was that ever a thing that happened? Am I crazy? Do I, like, genuinely, this is a genuine question. Were grenades in BO3 ever toned down because of the ability to spam them? Grenades in BO3 were better than they fucking ever been. Am I nuts? Like, the only grenade that I can think of being problematic was, like, the fastball in BO2. Splash damage meta must be nades. Yeah, it totally has nothing to do with the damage formula. Porcelain pipe bomb hex spamming meta. Yeah, but the problem with that was the hex abused a Moe's skill, and the porcelain pipe bomb was just straight up bugged. But like overall grenade, I think overall grenades were stronger in every entry into the franchise. Well, actually, I think they were probably the weakest in BL3 or in BL2, but easily they were the strongest in BL3. BO2's best grenades were utility. Yeah, exactly. Unless you had like a specific setup that was using offensive nades. But like BO3 had some of the strongest grenades ever. So I don't know what the fuck they're talking about where they had to balance the grenades around the ability to spam them. That just sounded like complete fucking bullshit to me. Like they were just saying words. I don't know, man. Zane cannot even use grenades depending on your build. Yeah, but you can also fully build around them. Like, you can make a full fucking grenade chuck build for Zane if you want to. Like, I don't know. That was a really weird thing that they said. Like, I just, again, I think that was something they said that was entirely incorrect. I just don't think that was factual at all. I think that's about everything I have to yap about. Man, and after it finished, I thought I didn't have anything to yap about, and I fucking extended the stream like another hour. Whoops. After fucking yelling about this, guess what I have to do? I have to go record audio for a fucking video, because, oh yeah, I'm leaving for 2 weeks, by the way. I got videos in the pipeline. They'll be coming out regular time, once a week. I'm gonna be gone for like 2 weeks, though, so no stream for the next 2 weeks. Nice yap sesh? No, I think that was a good yap sesh. I feel vindicated in the most disappointing way possible. Don't do this to me, Josh. 2 weeks is too much. I'm not going to be able to handle it. It's just 2 weeks. What are you going to do? I'm going to the States for 2 weeks. Hopefully only 2 weeks. I don't know. I might get sent off to fucking Ecuador or whatever. We'll see. It's not resurrected and now you're leaving. It'll be 2 weeks, fellas. Then I'll be back. I promise. I promise I'm not going anywhere. I'll be right back. 2 videos, fellas. 2. Look, do I have keys I can jangle in your face? Fuck, I don't have anything I can jangle in your face. But yeah, no, I'm visiting Ivy for like 2 weeks. It's bad here. Don't worry, I know. I live on the border, unfortunately. No more goon material? Listen, think about all the VODs. The whole backlog of content. You can start BL3's Forgotten from the beginning. Make sure you have your ads on. Put it on an autoplay and loop it. Grind out that ad revenue for me. You could jangle your nuts. That is true. Got to find Pitchford and change his mind. No, I'm actually going on a quest to find that fucking seat that he just sat in. I need to go smush my face right on into it. That's my fucking mecca. I'm making the pilgrimage to smell Randy's fucking sweaty asshole. Clip it, baby. Other news: arachnids eaten by a gator in Florida. Nah, I'm not going to Florida this time. It's we going to West Virginia, baby. Country roads are taking me home. Anyways. BL4 is forgotten and BL4 purple box is going to be sick. It's going to be a while before I start those. Those will come after, like, level caps are done and that sort of shit. Once the metas are kind of stabilized, that's when those will come. Well, maybe not the purple box. Purple box might be a bit before that, but we'll see. Anyways, fellas, I think that's gonna do it for that. Again, I wanna wrap this up. Say, hyped for BL4. Gonna play it. Gonna have a great time streaming it. I really hope that I hope I'm wrong. I mean, that's about it. I hope I end up being wrong. But yeah, that's about to do it for this one. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out as always. It's been a damn good time. And I just realized we might finally get to Tedior chuck a sniper like a spear. That is true. You know what? Game of the year. Anyways, hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, evening, morning, night, whatever the fuck time it is. Isn't Virginia one of the incest states? Yeah, I think there's a city in West Virginia specifically that has, like, the highest rate of being inbred. It's pretty cool. Anyways. Bye.